following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody, he's a macho savage. You're listening to Mike Trash, TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. Say it, the macho king.
Wrestling fans throughout Radio Land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the Ugandan Giant Kamala. And that's my story.
You can hear words to describe the Trash Talking Radio Show from 7 to whenever we get done is by using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is Spoonever Sean, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the Trash, 7 to 10. Tuesday nights, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous Take in the Road Warriors. Listen to them. If you know what's good for you, listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
It is times like these that the world needs heroes and entertainment, and with that I give you the greatest live talk show known to mankind. With inflation being at its highest points, we need someone to show us the ways of good taking on evil, and someone who has the heart of Snow White and the strength of Thor. He, along with his sidekicks Trash's maid, also known as Trish, Trash's babe, known as Ashley, they will fight crime and make the world right once again. Please welcome me in a round of applause for the vital idol Class C Mike Trash. You may all be seated. Thank you.
It is Trash Talking Radio. It is Tuesday night. It is the best night of the week, and believe it or not, we're here.
It's the best night this week.
It's always the best night of the week. It's the best night of every week.
That's true.
So don't try to correct me. I'm always right.
Well, except when you're left.
I'm always right, though. All my right is left, and all my left is right. So, well, should we do roll call?
Sure, go for it. Even though she said she has a doctor's note.
It doesn't count. Unless it got to me. It never got to me.
Oh,
She just
I
didn't.
look for her to take a picture and send it to you.
I see, yeah.
And then it'll be too late because the show's already started.
Yep. I don't know. She'll have to go in front of the Board of Appeals and all that. So, it's...
Make sure they're banana peels and she doesn't slip or we're all in trouble.
Anyway, I got some new stuff that I want to, incorporate into the show that I have been looking through, a lot of the stuff that I originally started to... I wanted to incorporate into the show, but I didn't because we got all these issues, and then I forgot all about this thing. And then the other day I was going through this stuff, and I found all these new sets for the background if we wanted.
Nice.
So I'm probably going to look at getting new sets for the future. Although this is a great set, I just want something new.
Yeah, gotta keep it fresh.
Yeah. So chances are I'll be doing some upgrades to this stuff.
She says, wait, I texted very early today also.
I never got it. Must have got my assistant must have got it and didn't tell me. So anyway, yeah. I think. Actually, I think it came from. What? Oh shoot! What was the guy's name? The guy on. The show had.
Is it a pilot?
It was a show back from the 80s that I know you watched. Everybody watched it. Cotter. Welcome Back, Cotter.
Oh.
From somebody's mom. What was his?
I never watched that show.
Oh, you never watched that show? Oh. The guy, he was a teacher, and he had the hedgehogs, or the hedge, whatever they were called. But anyway, that's where John Travolta got his start, and that's where the squeaky guy, oh shoot! I can't believe but the Puerto Rican kid would always come in with a note from his mom, and it didn't matter what it was about, what the note was about. But it was funny because I used to really like that show a lot because it was from the 70s, I think. Okay.
Characters.
Okay, not Gabe. He was the teacher.
Julie.
Not Woodman.
Vinny.
Vinny was Travolta. Travolta, yeah. Arnold was the Horshack. He was Boom Boom Washington was cool. Juan, but he was known as, what was he known as? He was known as Epstein's mom. So he would come in and he'd have, regardless of what it was, he'd have a note from Epstein's mom. So he would read it and he would say, Juan is to be relieved from gym today. And it was signed Epstein's mom. It was always Epstein's mom. You don't know what Epstein's mom's name was, but it was always Epstein's mom. I loved that show. It was a stupid show, and I don't think it would hold up in today's society. Hey, Tina, how you doing? Happy birthday. I was a day late.
You usually
are. I gave it to her. No, yeah. I'm not usually I'm on with the birthdays, but I've been so busy this past weekend, and it was like, oh, shoot, I missed that. And I went and, I was doing some heavy video editing, and just wanted to.
So let me ask you this, and I think I already know the answer to it. Okay, when you were in school.
When I was in school.
And you know how your parents had to sign that they saw something, whether it was your report card?
Didn't have that. You didn't?
No. Oh.
They started that after my generation, believe it or not. I never had to take anything home to be signed. Well, also, I was the ideal student.
Right.
Because I never got in trouble. And, I mean, when I say I never got in trouble, one time in high school I got in trouble. One time. And it was for something musical. So I never did anything wrong because I believed in the system. And so I wouldn't buck the system. My brother got in trouble, but I never got in trouble. So I can honestly say I was a good kid because I never really.
Well, I was going to ask you if you had ever forged your parents' signatures.
No,
okay.
I did not, because I was raised by wolves, and wolves don't have signatures.
Okay.
I mean, they have paw prints.
Yeah, that's true.
But I lived in a. what?
Ann says, "Goody goody two shoes."
I was, and she was a bad girl, so I don't think she has any room to talk. My older brother was a bad person. My younger sister, I don't know what she was. I'm only assuming that I was the only good kid that went to that school. But the one time I did get in trouble, I did actually deserve it. But it was very mellow compared to what some people do. Like I just rewrote lyrics to a song, and they were really obnoxious, and I didn't expect to get caught. I mean, I don't know who ratted me out, but somebody ratted me out. Or it could be because everybody was saying those words during that song, and
oops.
Yeah, I was a songwriter in the works. I had to do what I got to do.
Your creativity just had to.
That could have been my big downfall if they had written a note that I had to take to the family, but they didn't. They realized that I'm just a good kid at heart, and grew up to be a good adult at heart.
Oh.
Or a good adult that farts. I don't know. One of the two.
Something like that.
So tonight's show is going to be a little bit different than the other shows because...
yeah, it's just us instead of the normal crowd.
The crowd, yes. The crowd. We have sitting room only or standing room only. Well, we do have Cheyenne here somewhere, but she's protecting the front. So if anybody comes in, she'll tear them apart. So anyway, we have no deaths to talk about. I have not gone to a movie, so I have no movies to talk about.
Wow.
So, I mean, I've been busy. I've been slammed to the wall. I have just been so busy. But I do have some things I want to talk about that are pretty cool. So one is I'm jamming tomorrow with a band, well, with a bunch of older people, older than me.
Okay.
We just are going to jam, and if anything comes out of it, we'll see. If nothing comes out of it,
cool.
It'll be cool. And we'll be doing songs. Actually, I have a list. The song list is. I didn't really look that closely at it, but I did, and it's hard to read the song list because I didn't write it.
Uh-oh.
And oh, by the way, that's the picture of the day.
Oh, I think that is so sweet.
I was surprised that Cheyenne could write, and I was really surprised that she had a stamp.
Yeah. Well, hey.
You know, the other side of the card looks like. Let's see here. I don't know how to go. I should be able to go one way or the other, couldn't I? I should be able to go. Let's see. The other side of the card looks like this.
Well, it looks like she colored it too, and she stayed inside the lines. Oh, very nice.
Yes. So, I was very surprised and happy to see that. So why didn't it let me go backward? Okay. All right, there it is. Okay. And I don't know if rescuing is spelled right. I don't know. But I give her an A because, I mean, I didn't even know she knew how to spell. So if she only misspelled one word, you know, that's good. So
she'll never tell you.
I don't expect to know. So it's just kind of fun. And anyway, so since we don't have a ton of stuff with auditions, because I didn't do any auditions since I did one audition since last week, but it wasn't something I could play because it was like one of those things where tell us this, tell us that. It wasn't an audition like an audition. But we do have these 3 left from last week. So, and I'll be doing some more this week. Hopefully, I believe I'll have time to do some more. So, yeah. And if things go well, I'm going to be really busy tomorrow because I'm planning on, and this is the first time she's hearing it, so I'm planning on seeing my sister tomorrow for a couple hours. Then I'm going up to jam with a band. Then Thursday, I'm going to
something.
Wings. Friday, I'm going to Maryland for a couple hours to see someone very special. And then Saturday and Sunday is supposed to be boot camps, but...
well, I know Thursday I may be moving furniture because I'm taking the day off of work.
I'm surprised you're getting this that you have time this quick.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
And then Saturday I'm going to Kylie Ann's birthday party.
Oh, I didn't. My invitation must have got lost
It
in the
did.
mail.
So, yeah, it's coming to a close. Oh, I didn't tell you. When I went bowling, the team that I was on, we come in 11th out of 12 teams.
Good. That's hey, at least you didn't come in 12.
Yeah, but we were having a ball.
You were better than one team.
Yeah,
So
we were having fun.
Be glad that you weren't the 12th, because then you couldn't say that you beat anyone. You just could say that you were drunk.
No, I only had one drink.
Well,
it was open bar,
yeah, but
and
you
I
would have
only
to
had
have
one.
some kind of excuse for being in 12, besides being a bad bowler. So
hey, I didn't do too bad. My highest game was a 93. That was the last one, and I was pretty darn proud of myself.
Well, 93 is good. You almost got 100.
Yeah, and I'm happy if I break 100.
If you would have made 100, that would have been a perfect score.
No, 300's perfect.
Oh. Well, I thought you meant percent.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine until at the end they told me my gas tank was leaking, and I found out that wasn't true.
Well, last time I went bowling, I beat the other two girls, the 2 girls that were with me, solidly.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I've been practicing.
In fact, one of them is dead, so that
Yeah.
shows how bad it was, how bad she was humiliated by me being.
Well, I have a bowling game on my phone, and I practice religiously, and unfortunately, it didn't transfer over to the real thing.
Well, I understand.
And if that was the case, then I'd be real good at pool too.
I'm good at pool. Yeah, you jump in and enjoy it. Although my pool is not showing that, so.
Well, I know somebody that would buy one and stick it in your backyard.
Who was that? Who would do that?
Ashley.
She would buy one and put in my backyard.
I'll show you which one she's talking about.
This must not be anything that I need to know. Uh-huh. Days later.
That one.
What is it?
It has the slides and it blows up.
She can do that. Oh, she wants to bring it over. It's fine. We'll find
See, she knows.
We'll find a place for it. It's all right. Oh, she wouldn't. I'm thinking that you're lying to me that she wouldn't buy one then. How come they have dots next to their name?
That's when they're typing. Oh, over there, I don't know. Hide or report this. Okay.
Yeah, report that.
No. See, that's how big it is. It's got. What's that? I don't know what that is over there. Oh, that looks like you can play basketball. You can climb up. You got to slide. That
thing would be expensive, I would think.
$550.
Oh, not bad. Anyway, all right. I am going to fix the pool up probably, if not next year, the following year. It depends what goes on with this acting and stuff.
Okay.
Because I want to put a whole new pump in. And
well, you've been saying that for the whole 20 years I've known you.
The thing is, for the first 14 that you knew, I couldn't have it because somebody would have jumped in there and had a seizure. Makes sense. And from then on, I'm by myself. So what's the point?
Yeah, that's true.
I would just be happy with my air conditioning working again. And actually, that's my next investment. I got to redo my air conditioning because it's starting to get, well, we've been lucky this year. It's been really cool this past year. So anyway, all right, so we're going to jump right in. Let's just jump into we'll jump into the auditions because I don't know what else let's see here. What else do I got? Do I get something else? I think I have something else, but I don't remember what I was going to do. Let me see if there was something. Oh, look at that. Wait.
I hate when my mouse.
Oh, this is awesome. Back when I was, okay, so for those of you that don't know,
you are playing along at home.
Yes, with the board, if you have the home version of the game, this came up in my memories, and let's see if I can make this bigger. Okay, so this was a billboard that was placed. It was in Middletown, it was between Middletown and Steelton. Okay. There's a little gap, anyway.
Is that no man's land?
I don't know what that means.
There's a spot between the end of Chambers Street as you're going into.
Let me tell you exactly where it is. If you're coming from Middletown, you go under that bridge, and there's a car dealership right there. Wait a minute,
which way are you heading? Towards Steelton?
From Middletown into Steelton.
Okay.
Okay, and when you first take the road, there's a little bridge, and then there's a car dealership right after that.
Okay.
This is right next to the car dealership.
Okay.
Okay, it's a big billboard up there. And when I saw this, I was playing in a band called Mike Trash and the Barking Rats. And that's where the Trash Clan came from. And we had this billboard was put up by Keep Pennsylvania Beautiful people, and we climbed up on those. Let me tell you, that doesn't look high.
It is.
It is high. And when you see these pictures of me on that thing, I'm terrified. And if I didn't have my glasses on, you would see the terror in my eyes. Because this picture of me, I was really scared. And I'm thinking, man, that's a long way down. Because we're all looking down. Okay, that's because the guy taking the picture is way down there. And and this is the guy I'm trying to find. This is Slammy Bob. I'd like to find him because he was the drummer, and he was a good drummer, and he went to Lower Dauphin with us. I think he was a year or two ahead of me. He knew me. I didn't know him. But as you can see, the Mike Trash jacket. Yeah. And it fits.
And then it did.
Yes, it does then. So it was just kind of funny. But that was Slammy, that was Slammy there. And this was Wacky Waxman. He was the original bass player. He got fired from the band because his girlfriend stole from the band, and he was an alcoholic, and really bad alcoholic. So, but yeah, that was a fun time. I really, and then there's Here you go. I love that picture where I was just laying across the garbage can. And
that's a dumpster. First I thought it was a piano.
Yeah, and there's me peeking out of it, and there's me laying across it, and then me in it. Those were some good times.
It gives a whole new meaning to dumpster diving.
Now, I was about 20, I would say 23 at that point. And that was some of the best times. I mean, I miss that band. That was so fun. And actually, Ken was not in that band. He was about to join the band when it broke up. So there we are again up on that billboard. And there I am pointing at the billboard. That's a billboard. And then there's a...
See, even Christine agrees, dumpster diving.
Yeah, I was the originator. Then we were up on this was up in University Park, up there on the satellite Penn State.
Oh, nice.
Up there by the Oddfellows home.
You were up there and I didn't even know you then.
Oh, no, you had no, that was, geez, I was 1985 or 84, so.
Yeah, I was still in school.
Yeah, you were just a punk kid.
Hey!
You're still a punk kid.
Hey!
I say that with...
I resemble that remark.
I say that with...
All the love in the world, right?
No. With sarcasm. But anyway, these are some pictures from that time period in my life, and it was really a fun... Look at how big I was. Look at this.
Wow.
I mean, I don't even remember being that big, but that was how big I was. And now, I mean, those are probably size 60s, and I'm wearing 40s.
Wow. So
that's John Skivington. He was the replacement bass player.
Tina says you have to be nice. Hey, that's nice. Who we're missing.
What?
We're missing Jesse Joe.
Oh, shoot, I forgot something. Yeah. Oh, yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I need to give this to my compadres.
Yeah, Jessie Joe's not there.
I wonder where she is.
I don't know. I hope she's okay.
Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. So, but yeah, this was a. When you think about it, I mean that was pretty darn big then.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have the one suit that I owned that was a legitimate suit from back then that I'm going to donate. I think I'm going to donate. I might just keep it because now I think I might. See, I might use it for acting because I get a chance to be in weight loss ads, and I can say this is mine before.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is mine now, and so I might do that. I'm trying to decide. I do have clothes I do want to keep one set of clothes for when I was humongous like that. But that was a fun time in my life, and I'd like to find him too. He was in Gasm. He was a bass player in Gasm, and there's me with my beard.
That's still hard to believe.
Oh, I was a cool guy. I was really cool.
Well, I'm sure you were, but I still can't picture you with a beard.
Well, now you can, because I look like I have a beard. And I had a woman, too, I was carrying around. I had a portable woman.
A blow-up doll?
No, she was real. She was very real. She wasn't my girlfriend, though. I think she was his girlfriend. I'm not sure. Or maybe, she might be we had a roadie. Where is he? Oh, we had two girls. See, now that's the fantasy life. I had one girl on each leg.
Well, I have a sign that hangs in my kitchen that says something about I have the dream, my dream has come true or something, because I have two guys. One's cleaning and one's cooking.
There you go. It might have been his girlfriend, but I'm not real sure who it was, because I do remember they were hanging around whenever we would practice. But we used to practice up in Penn State area and up in Middletown, the satellite place. And
so you weren't up in University Park. You were.
No, we were down in the place in Middletown.
Yeah.
And this is the one place that we were practicing at too. It was his and Race Cars. Race Car was the guy that he used to play with. Play that funky music, right?
Okay.
He used to play in that band. He used to be the drummer in that band originally. I'm talking about this guy here. He used to be the drummer for Wild Cherry. So that was a long time ago. That's creepy when I think about that. But it was a good time. But Slammy used to play his drum set. He used to, be a pretty good drummer. He was loud. He didn't even need to be mic'd. He was very loud. But he was a fun guy, and I enjoyed it. Then here's where I met Ken. This guy here is Mike Nixon. He is the guy that is the bass player, and his parents owned that house. And he told me that he got in all kinds of trouble when he spray painted the wall. And of course, Ken is here. So
it's hard to believe he's gone too.
I was thinking about him a lot today. I was realizing that if he hadn't died, I probably wouldn't be acting.
Right.
If he hadn't died, I probably would have been doing more with my music, and I really miss doing my music. I miss it a lot, and it's just hard to believe that he's gone. But if we get the deal with my big deck, it'll bring him back to life.
Good.
So that would be the ultimate in what I would want to do to preserve his memory and his music, or our music. Yeah, I was looking at these pictures. This is one of my favorite pictures. Oh, see if I can make it big. There we go. That's one of my favorite pictures. That's outdoors. We were playing. Now, this was an outdoor thing, but up against, right behind us, is my van, and we had that for a backdrop. We were outside, so it was fun. That has got to be one of my favorite pictures of all time. And then this one here was in the paper. This one was, I like this one too. Looked like I'm constipated.
Well, your eyes aren't brown.
Well, my eyes are closed. And then I like this one. I got this one was taken in. I was with my first wife. I'm thinking this was taken in probably 86. And the reason for it was White Singer, new, $168. That's a bargain. Now that's in today's dollars, that would be a couple million. But it was fun. In fact, notice there is no Mike Trash logo. So it had to be, it had to be before 84 or 85.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's true. I never thought about that. I must have been with her for a while. Well, I was with her for a while, but I must have been with her for longer than I thought. Interesting. That's something to think about. Oh, wow, that's really, really cool. I just love looking at these things and thinking about where we came from, and geez, all these things were, kind of fun that we did this. And then, of course, in the Uncle Sam Band, we had this article written about us. Come on, open up. Open up. And we were in this. Oh, why is this doing this? Shouldn't do this. Okay. Why is it selecting? Don't select things. Nothing selected, please. No selections, please. I want to open this. There we go. Here it goes. Uncle Sam Band, Love in a Blender, Jaybird Records. Billed as the ultimate relationship album, the CD does contain every aspect from the love to the hate to the phone calls. Smartly arranged and tactically orchestrated, the edgy tunes carry a weighty beat and an ultimately uplifting message. Let that blender purr.
Nice.
That's back when we were with Jaybird. That was probably about 97 or so. And then we went to Orchard from Jaybird. And then we got this, which was in the Songwriters Monthly.
At first I thought it said Songwriters Monkey.
Monkey, yeah. Trying to remember what, I think we were either in that from our album or from one of the compilations we were on. I forget which one. but that was kind of interesting. And then, of course, I started collecting Uncle Sam's because we were Uncle Sam Band. So we went through a lot of name changes to get to the Uncle Sam Band. Here's the inside of the compilation where that's the song that we did for that and all that. So that was kind of fun. And let's see, what else do I got here?
Wait a minute.
What am I looking
Go
at?
back to that.
Which one?
The one that, the inside.
This is?
Yeah, I want to see something. But I have to wait till it comes up here so I can...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't know you lived over on Willow Farms.
Yeah.
That's where Keith is now.
I lived there for, I think, 7 years. Or, let's see. I moved there with Nancy, and we bought a trailer over there. And,
well, that might be one of the trailers where Keith is now.
well, when you go in the trailer park,
You have to go to the left.
you have to go to the left, and it was the second trailer up.
Oh, see, Keith is, once you make that left, then you have to make the right onto the ceiling,
Well,
and he's up there.
Mine was the second trailer up.
Oh, nice.
So I don't even know if it's there anymore. It was a really small trailer, but Nancy and I lived there, and
Boy, that'll be interesting
We got
to tell.
divorced there, and
Boy, that will be interesting
they
to
were
tell him.
expensive for lot rent, though. Oh, it was crazy.
Well, that's all he has to pay is lot rent.
Yeah, well, they got really expensive. I mean, back then, in the 80s, it was, it started out, we moved in there at $75 a month.
Wow.
And that was cheap.
Yeah.
We left there at $300 a month, and that was in 91 I left there, or 91 I left there. And it was like, by then they were raising it again. It was like, I don't know, it was crazy. I don't know what it is there now, but it was very expensive.
I'll have to ask Keith, because he just said that that's all he has.
Yeah, I've been there for, I had been there for 7 years. And, well, I'd been with her 7 years. I had been there for, let's see, we were together there, 90, we lived in, what was the name of it? The freaking...
Chambers Hill?
Well, you know where D&H is now?
Yeah.
That road that goes there.
Oh.
We lived there for the first year, I think. We lived there in 86, because then my dad died, and then we moved out of there in, let's see, I started working at, it's the year I started work, okay, it was 86, we moved in 86, because that's the same year I started working at Speed Queen. So.
Well, welcome. I think it's Darrell.
Oh yeah, how's she doing?
My first time finally seeing you live.
Well, I see you live whenever we go to functions. So there. Huh.
Well, welcome. We're glad you're here.
She was one of my roommates at the...
One of the hens?
In L.A.
One of the hens in the hen house.
She was one of the hens at the hen house. And she's a really super person, and I think she just started having some success in her acting stuff.
Nice.
I think I remember seeing something. But she's one of the hens in the hen house. This is a totally unscripted show, by the way. So it's anyway. You're actually in time to see some auditions that I did. Oh man, sorry, I burped. I didn't mean to burp in your ears. But I did want to see, there was something in here that I ran across, and I wonder if I should save it or not. I don't even, these are a bunch of wrestling matches I was involved in. I'm just looking for a specific one, because some of you people that watch wrestling know who James Ellsworth is. And, oh, here's me. There I am.
Hope it's something good, Tina.
What's that?
She says, gotta go eat dinner.
Well, when are we going to come over? Didn't your son just have a birthday? Or I think
She said her son's graduating.
That's what it is. I knew there was something. Here's a Glenn Post picture.
Wow.
Back when
yeah.
He was just getting, was he in the business? He might have been in the business.
Yeah, he was as a cruising cripple.
Yeah. So that's weird to think of these people that are no longer with us. There's another guy that's no longer with us. There he is. Oh, there's
Spike.
Oh, look at this. This is a vest I didn't even.
That's Spike.
Remember that vest? The Vital Idol.
Yeah.
That was a cool. I love that vest. That was very cool. Anyway.
Yeah, I do remember that one.
It smells good.
Yeah, she's having hamburger helper.
Oh yeah, I love hamburger. I haven't had hamburger helper for a while. All right.
Well, I know Tony's cooking tomorrow night, so maybe I'll have to make some Thursday night or Friday.
That's right. Tease me. That's right. All right, let's get into something. That's that's what I was doing. I wanted to get out of these pictures and show you videos. All right, so we need to get to the video page. And
yeah, I remember those shows going every weekend, and then hearing you complain that I took too many pictures.
Well, that's because it was more work for me to do. Okay.
But I caught everything, or tried to.
Now I got to figure out how to get out of this.
Escape usually works for me.
There we go. There we are. Now we're in the right place. Okay. So I got some auditions, and people like to see these, so I'm going to show you a couple. All right. I think we didn't do any of these. These are the 4 we didn't do. So I'm just going to play them right down the line, and let's see. Yeah, the only Danielle says this is the only hamburger helper is the only thing she knew how to cook.
Well, that's how I learned. And then my dad got tired of either having hamburger helper or spaghetti.
Oh, I had spaghetti I think last week or the week before. It was oh man, it was a lot of spaghetti. You know, the funny thing is, when you're like me, not a cook, and before I met Christine, I remember making spaghetti because I thought, I got a bunch of meatballs I got to use up. I'll just make some spaghetti. How hard could it be? So I took a box of spaghetti. I said, oh, okay, this will feed me. This should be enough to feed me. And I put the spaghetti in a plastic thing like this. It was a bigger thing, but it was anyway. And I put water in it, and I put it in the microwave. Logically, it sounds like it would make a good deal.
No.
The problem is, when it was done, I had a lot of spaghetti. I didn't realize that spaghetti makes babies when you're making spaghetti, and I had enough spaghetti for days and actually probably weeks, because I couldn't believe all that spaghetti came out of that little box. And then someone recently told me that there's a measuring device.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Yep.
And I wouldn't have thought that measuring device would have been very much spaghetti, but sure enough.
Yep. I think I have one actually, but I never use it.
Yeah. Well, I learned that you got to use it. I had the other day. We made our own spaghetti. I guess we made our own spaghetti or something. Yeah, because I had noodles and she had different noodles.
And I'm surprised because you hardly ever eat pasta.
I rarely eat pasta, but I had enough spaghetti then for 4 days, and that was after it was measured. Oh, man, crazy. Anyway, enough of that. All right, this is the first one. It's called Come Into My Arms was the name of the thing. And let's get it ready here.
Trash, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm reading for the part of the big guy.
The big guy. I don't remember what these are.
Where do you come from?
Huh? Oh, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
And your mom? Where does she come from?
I don't know. Wisconsin, I guess.
Does everyone in your family come from Wisconsin?
Probably.
All of you?
Yeah.
Insane.
That's it. It's like, why did they even buy? I mean, really? Was that really a necessary thing? But apparently, they wanted it. So that was that. Delete that one. The next one is, oh, didn't delete. This, I'm going to wait for this one. I'll do this one. Wait, is that the one I want to do? Oh, this one is, okay. So this company bonus video, I played 2 different parts. I played the part of, a preacher. And I played the part of
Preacher Man.
Yeah, and I played the part of something else, and it really was stupid. It was, but I apologize for it being stupid, but it is stupid. But I definitely overacted in this one part. So the first part, I think, the preacher one.
Classy Mike Trash, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm reading the part of the Doomsday Preacher.
The Doomsday Preacher. I went
We
above
told
and beyond.
everyone who would listen.
Heed my call. It's the end of January 3rd as we know it. Repent now, or forever burn beneath the surface.
We told everyone who would listen.
January 3rd is fated for certain death. God giveth a brand, and God taketh a brand. A brand that was doomed from the start. Classy Mike Trash, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm reading for the part of Hank.
Hank.
And this January is an advertising agency headquartered in Washington, D.C. And this is the story of...
Hang on! Didn't they used to call you something else?
That's why we're here, Hank.
Oh.
This is the story of an advertising agency headquartered in Washington, D.C. And this is the story of...
Wait a minute! Sorry to interrupt you. Well, not sorry at all. I thought your name was January 3rd.
And that's why we're here, Hank. There was a very bad day in D.C. The insurrection.
Disgraceful.
That was it. So I don't even know what it goes to. I just know that that was what they wanted. Or maybe not, because I didn't get the part. But
Jesse Joe's in there now.
Hey, Jesse Joe. We were holding up. We were waiting for you. Then I played Detective Maddow.
Not a care in the world, right?
What? What's that mean?
Classy Mike Trash, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I'm reading for the part of Detective Maddow.
Yeah, Fred had just gotten into the chair to get a cut, and this guy came up to him, but he yelled, "Payback, bitch," and fired 4 times into his chest.
There were only 3 bullet wounds in the body.
Well, it was 3 times then. I'm sorry, Mr. Twist. You can call me Twist. What? I go by Twist. What's your real name? Why do you need my government name? Everybody knows me as Twist.
Hey, Creed. Take a look at the victim again. Does he look familiar?
Yeah, the victim looks like one of Stitch's old partners.
Yeah, he resembles Slider.
With all these made-up names, I swear if I hear another made-up name before the day's over, I will scream.
Was the shooter tall with an eye patch?
Yeah, that's the guy. Are you saying it's a case of mistaken identity?
We're almost certain that's the case. The shooter was released from jail 2 weeks ago for numerous carjackings. The last one involved a fatal shooting. Our shooter might have believed the partners at the chop shop snitched on him to save their own asses.
Then we need to get to Stitch, to the others before Stitch, and set a trap.
And then, lastly but not leastly, I have this senator, where I become
a politician?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
A real dick. It's hard to see me as a dick, so it doesn't really...
Yeah, because I've
Classy
always
Mike
called you
Trash,
Mike.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And I'm reading for the part of Senator Nicholson.
Ah, there's the man of the hour, Senator. You should have seen the faces of the board today. This kid had him eating out of the palm of his hand, and he was a half an hour late. Dr. Dunn, this is our fearless senator from the great state of Pennsylvania, Senator Frank Nicholson.
Hey there, Malenko. You better calm down or you won't be getting any of that grant money. Just kidding. I'm getting loaded off that too. You won't be getting cut in on that grant money. Just kidding. How do you think I paid for my house in the Hamptons? Senator Frank Nicholson, it's a pleasure. The dean here couldn't say enough good things about you.
Senator, it's an honor. The work you've done for this state is unparalleled.
Thank you, Doctor. It's a pleasure to hear an academic like yourself understands all the hard work I put into this state. Oh, excuse me, busboy.
Yes, sir?
You look at the floor when you address me. Good. Now here,
I should have used that
this
when I was in
Pinot
wrestling.
says it's a 2002 when it's clearly a 2004. Get your manager on this immediately, or I will surely get you fired.
I am so sorry, sir. That will never happen again. I'll get you a 2004 right away. Fucking jerk off. As you know, the art department and Senator Nicholson have been looking forward to our university hosting the Cleopatra Art Collection Gallery while it's in North America for the first time. And we all know the legendary Ancient Civilizations curator, Mademoiselle LaCroix DuPont, was initially tied to this project. Unfortunately, Mademoiselle LaCroix DuPont has broken her hip in a skiing accident in the Swiss Alps.
Oh dear. Poor Mademoiselle LaCroix DuPont. A true icon, pioneer of international art curation.
Indeed. So, cut to the chase. We here at the university believe that you, Dr. Dunn, are qualified to take on this great endeavor. It's a prestigious position. I personally recommended you for the position. Doctor, do you accept? I don't know what to say.
He's speechless. Surely a man with your public speaking capabilities is not used to this position. Not used to having nothing to say.
Filling the shoes of Mademoiselle LaCroix DuPont will indeed be a great honor and a privilege. It's quite a challenge. I will have to talk it over with my wife. Don't make me look bad, Doctor. This is the opportunity you've been waiting for.
We do need an answer, sir.
It will look fabulous on your resume. These artifacts date all back the way to her death in 50 BC. Imagine the historical potential. Harvard will be salivating, will be begging for you if you pull this off, Doctor.
Harvard could use a young hip dude like yourself. And the Dean of Admissions happens to owe me a few favors.
Okay, I can't pass this up. I accept.
That was it.
Wow.
I got to be a real dick.
I didn't know you drank wine.
That was Diet Pepsi.
Oh.
That's diet wine.
Okay.
So it was fun. It was a fun job. I think that's all of them. Yep, that's it. It was, but it was a fun job because it just, a couple different characters and a couple different moods and stuff that I had to be in, and it was cool. But yeah, that was awesome too. So that leaves me with my big deck. My big deck is all by itself. I hate that. My deck is lonely.
Well, I'm not saying a word.
All right. All right, now it's time to do the real stuff. I can delete all of these.
Exactly, Ann.
What?
She says, cool, such a heel.
Yeah, well, that's where my expertise was when I was a somebody in wrestling. Now I'm a nobody. Next week, or maybe later on today, I may actually walk you through one of the matches that I was in that I was actually wrestling in. And it was fun because people don't know me as a wrestler, but I'm quite good. I can pin somebody in my sleep. That's how good I am.
Here we go
and
again.
I can prove it too. I can prove that I can pin someone in my sleep.
I think those were photoshopped.
You were there.
I know.
And you know it wasn't photoshopped. You know that I am the winner. My team won.
Yeah, that I will admit, but I still think those pictures were photoshopped.
Mm-hmm. You were there. You know they weren't. All right, let's go. Here we go. All right, any Walking Dead fans out there will like to hear this. Walking Dead's Dead City.
I can never understand how they can be walking if they're dead.
It's because you aren't a fan.
That's true.
But this is the show that is a spin-off of the original Walking Dead. This is one of the spin-offs. It's really, actually, so far, it's good. So the idea of the show is that this is in the future of The Walking Dead. Like, The Walking Dead, last time we saw them, they had won the war against the Commonwealth, and this is after the Commonwealth, and it shows that Maggie and Negan, who are enemies, that's Negan. And let's see if there's a picture of Maggie in here anywhere. It doesn't look like it. Anyway, He had killed Maggie's husband in season 7 or 8, whatever it was, and she has never forgiven him. I wonder why, you know. But she now has a son, and the son now knows that he's the one that killed his dad.
Okay.
So the son doesn't like him either. But anyway, the son is kidnapped and taken to New York City. So now The Walking Dead is in New York. It's really a cool concept, and the visions that they have of New York being zombie infested really came out good. It came out awesome. Anyway, the guy, somebody kidnapped Maggie's son and won't give him back unless Maggie brings Negan to New York, because he's an old enemy of Negan's. So back when Negan was a bad guy. Now Negan had turned to be a good guy in the past couple of years and has done everything he can to make things right. Because in that time, when you think about it, so if you were in The Walking Dead, and let's assume that there's good people and bad people in The Walking Dead, but you got to think about it from two perspectives. So in The Walking Dead, his group was all named Negan. Like if you were a follower of his, you say, I am Negan.
Right.
Okay. They were portrayed as the bad guys. And Rick's group was portrayed the good guys. But if you look at it from a totally objective situation, Rick's people attacked his people first. So the good guys, which were supposed to be our people that we're following, like Rick,
right,
actually attacked his group of people. His group of people beat Rick's group of people and took them slave, basically. Basically everything that you manufacture, steal, get, however you got it, whether you grew it or whatever, is now half or more goes to Negan. So that made him a bad guy, and he was a jerk in a lot of ways. But if you look at it from the perspective of overall, if you weren't a fan of Rick's or his, and you looked at it and you were a judge and you were saying, who is the bad guy here? It would have been Rick's group, because they initiated the attack.
Oh.
So if you look at it from that perspective, Negan's not as bad as you originally would have thought. But if you look at it from the perspective that they showed it on television, which was Rick's people were good people, you know, it's all a perspective thing. Anyway, you got a call? A call for what?
I don't know. Unless somebody called her just now, and that's why she was stepping away.
Oh, I see. Okay. Anyway, the sequel, Dead City, really did a good job of uniting Maggie and Negan, and it really set up for a good plot for the episodes to continue. And I really liked where it went. Oh shoot! Now where'd it go? I don't know where it went. I say I like where it went, but it went somewhere else. I got to open this again. Okay. Anyway, I like how they put the backstory together, and I'm really ready for the next episode, because it really caught my attention. And now a lot of people aren't as big of television watchers as I am, but I really truly have been addicted to television since I can remember, because that was really my babysitter in a lot of ways. Because my parents, I have a TV, I'm happy. And at one time, you probably would believe this, but at one time, I would watch TV, have the radio on, and play a video game at the same time.
Yeah, I would believe it.
Yeah,
because I know you.
That was my entertainment. And but anyway, if you're a Walking Dead fan, watch Walking Dead, Dead City. It's really cool. They had basically what they did was they took the Walking Dead's what's it called? Not The Walking Dead. The Fear the Walking Dead. And this is their last season, and they did 4 episodes, and they took a break. And last week they ran the first of Dead City, and they're going to run that for probably 4 episodes, and then they're going to go back to Fear the Walking Dead, and they're going to mix it up.
Okay.
And then in the fall, we're probably going to see either...
You're not going to be know what to expect because you're going to be so confused.
Well, the thing is, I think it's really cool how they're mixing it up, because Rick and Michonne have their own show coming up. Oh, am I keeping you awake? I'm sorry.
Remember, I work long hours.
Oh, wow. You act like I don't work.
You don't.
I don't get paid.
There you go.
I do work. I don't get paid. But anyway.
But I like my job.
That's what I used to say.
I like the company I work for, too.
Yeah, they're nice people.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, if you watch it. It's really entertaining. If you're into Walking Dead stuff, you have your chance to continue The Walking Dead, and it'll be interesting to see where they will both go. And Fear the Walking Dead is going to end. So Madison, Morgan, which was originally in The Walking Dead, and he transferred over to Fear the Walking Dead, said goodbye to Fear last episode, and so.
She just supposed to stop picking on me.
I'm not picking on her. I just tell the truth. The thing is, there's so many things that, I can talk about that will get her in trouble. So, what?
Be nice.
I am nice all the time. 100% of the time.
Except when you're a heel.
I'm still nice as a heel. I'm a nice heel. I'm a soft heel. All right. So that's that. That's the first article. So now the next thing is, well, we don't need him up there either. Hey, there she is. Subtitles, but no.
She's on the laptop, and I've been trying different venues, and I can't get access.
Who?
Christine.
What do you mean different venues?
That's just what she said.
I'm on the laptop, and I have been trying different venues, and I can't get access to sound? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not sure.
Subtitles, but no sound. Turn the sound up. You're the only one getting that. I don't think everyone else seems to be hearing sound, I believe. So it's not on our end, I believe.
Let me check.
Because I'm showing sound going to all places. Now, again, we had problems with the beginning of the year where we lost sound. So I believe the sound is still good. So... there we are. Yeah, so she just pulled it up on her phone, and it's there. It's good.
There we are. Yeah.
So turn your sound up on your phone or whatever you're listening with. So, she's on a laptop. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, well, that means I can talk about her, and she'll never know.
Well, she can read the subtitles.
Oh, yeah. I won't talk about her.
What she should do, she can be on the laptop, but also connect with her phone so she can hear.
Yeah. Well, me too what? Oh, she has sound, I guess. Oh, okay. All right, well, let's go on. So that one's that. Okay, so if you're a Walking Dead fan, check out Dead City. You won't be disappointed. Now, last week was the first week of The Flash, and I didn't go to see it. I wanted to see it. I do want to see it. Now, I've heard bad reviews, and I've heard good reviews, so I don't know which one's which one's, true. And everyone has their own opinion, so I probably am somewhere in between those two, but I would probably like it because the people that are involved in it are people that I've seen in the past and felt that, they would do a good job with that movie. But this is the first movie that's been released that James Gunn was involved in. So this is a big thing for him because he is supposed to be the savior of the DC world. So this is James Gunn. By the way, I found something out really interesting that I didn't know before, and for those of you that do not know, you will know now. In Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn's brother was in that.
Oh.
Now, his brother is the guy with the spiky hair that can whistle and make the arrow go wherever it goes. So I didn't know that was his brother. That was kind of cool that his brother is there. All right, so this is Henry Cavill. Now, who is Henry Cavill? Well, he was Superman
Okay.
until this movie. So they had a new Superman, and it wasn't him. Also, from what I understand, there is more than one Batman in this movie.
Oh.
The one Batman is your favorite Batman of all the Batman.
George Clooney.
No, I thought you were. I thought. Okay, I just screwed that up. That just blew me out of the water. There was another one, Batman and Robin, and the Batman.
Keanu Reeves?
No.
Okay.
Shoot. I see him.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Yes, that was the Batman.
Okay.
But that's not the only Batman. There's another Batman.
Well, I know it's not Adam West.
Well, no, he didn't make it. They wanted him, but he didn't make it. It's the other one that I like.
Oh, the dark one.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
So those two were Batman. Now, you're saying, well, wait a minute. How can there be more than one Batman?
Twin brother.
No. This is an alternate universe.
Oh.
So that's how they did it. Now, that's how they ended up killing Green Arrow back a little while back. So it's interesting to see that come together. And I really want to see it now because I want to know how they brought everything together. And the Flash is the same Flash that was in the Batman versus Superman movie. And he's pretty good. And I believe your boy is in it too.
Ooh, good.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I got lots of boys, but I know you're talking about Jason Momoa.
Yes, I am. I think he makes at the end, I believe it's at the end, he makes a cameo, and so does Gal Gadot, who was Wonder Woman. So, and by the way, Wonder Woman's stunt person is
Jesse Graff.
Yes, it is.
I knew it. Yes.
So they talked about that when I watched the thing today too. All right.
Yeah, I love it when she wears her superhero outfit.
Yeah. Well, she is a superhero.
Well, of course she is.
She broke a lot of a lot of stereotypes on the Ninja Warrior show. And by the way, the other person who broke stereotypes is the what's her name?
Casey
Catanzaro. She is in pro wrestling now, and she's doing really well.
Hi, sweet girl.
She was moved up the roster into the main roster now.
Hi,
so
sweet girl.
that's really cool
Look who
too.
came back.
Yes, I see that. I wonder what she wants. She didn't come back just to say hi.
Say, yes, I did.
I know better.
Yeah, tell him, see, I came to say hi.
Mm-hmm. She came to say, feed me. All right. This is the part of the show where we feed the dog.
Oh, looky, Cheyenne.
That's what she wants.
That's what you want.
Ooh, maybe she doesn't. Oh. She's gotten weird the past couple days. I don't know what she wants anymore. I can't get her to tell me what she wants, what she really, really wants. So.
There, I'll lay it there for you.
I don't know what she's after. You okay? You're acting really weird. I don't know what's going on here. All right, so anyway, so new Superman and all that. I'm going to have to go to see that. I probably won't get to see it till sometime next week.
I was going to say, you're too busy this
weekend.
weekend.
I'm going crazy. This is just craziness. There is a chance I might go see it Friday.
Okay.
Because when I go to see someone Friday, we might go and see a movie.
Okay.
So that would be cool. All right, next thing. What are we doing now? Okay. Here we go. This is interesting. I don't try to get overly political, but it's stolen. Oh, it's gone. Wow. Well, what that was supposed to be
it's not there.
Yeah. Joe Biden's approval rating compared to Trump rings bells. And Joe Biden is, from what I understand, and from what I would have shown you, was that Joe Biden's approval ratings compared to where Trump was this time of his time in office is lower than Trump's was. So I found that interesting, and I can't show it to you because Newsweek doesn't have it on there anymore for some reason. That would have been a good article. Well, they just, let's see here. Do you have, oh, she does have sound now. Good.
Well, I asked her, she said, finally.
Good. Do you remember John Amos?
Who?
John Amos.
He was the father on Good Times.
Yes, you do remember.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Because we have a good article on him today.
Cool.
John Amos is a okay, so for those of you that don't know, or you do know now, when we were kids, there was a show called Good Times.
Had Jimmy Walker
Had Jimmy
in it.
Walker. Yes,
Yep.
he was the breakout star of that show.
Dynamite!
Yes, for that stupid dynamite thing. But Jimmy Walker is actually a very, very good comedian. If you ever saw his stand-up, he's hilarious. Anyway, so Good Times had another guy in there called John Amos. And John Amos was killed in that show, I believe. And anyway, so recently, he's had an issue with his daughter, who started a GoFundMe for John Amos.
Wow.
Now, he said, shut it down. He didn't want any money from no. So here's the deal. Good Time star and America's Dad, John Amos, doesn't want any money. His daughter crowdfunded on his behalf, and now her GoFundMe has been taken down. Okay, so Shannon Amos has been seeking donations in the name of her famous father, who she claims is fighting for his life and in the hospital after falling victim to elder abuse and possible financial crimes. All this is total BS. Wow. So that's his daughter, and that's him. So it says, as we reported, Shannon started a GoFundMe with a $500,000 goal earlier this month, but it's now been wiped from the internet. And a spokesman for GoFundMe tells us it's because John declined the funds.
Wow.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
Maybe he's that type of person where he doesn't want to owe anybody, and that may make him feel like he owes people.
Well, a rep for the GoFundMe tells TMZ, ensuring that donors' intentions are honored is our top priority. However, upon being informed that Mr. Amos wished to decline the funds raised on his behalf, the GoFundMe was put under review by our trust and safety team and then removed from our platform. Shannon's GoFundMe reportedly brought in $13,000 from 300 people before being shut down. And the rep says the money is being refunded to the donors. John was hospitalized in June, but his rep told us he never was fighting for his life, and he told us he didn't know why his daughter started this crowdfunding, other than she was trying to make money off her dad.
Wow.
That's weird. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that, and I'm sure he doesn't either, but...
Well, it could be a bad history, and she thought, well, I'll make it look like I'm doing something good for Dad, but I'm really going to take the money from me, and then that's where he's saying no because he doesn't want her to have it. You don't know.
Yes, he was in Coming to America as well, yes. I think okay.
All right, love you too, Jesse Joe.
But yes, that is exactly him, and he was in a bunch of things, but the things he's probably known for most are Good Times and a few other things. But yeah, he wasn't Coming to America. So I thought that was just so weird to think that, I'm thinking that if there's a GoFundMe that comes up in my name, Cheyenne probably put it up.
Yeah.
Because she's pretty technically savvy.
Yes, she is. She can sit here and type, and
she gets up in the seats and wants to participate, and I won't let her, and I think she would do it just because I won't let her. Anyway. All right, next. There she is, speaking of which. Did she take her thing?
I think so.
Okay. You okay, girl?
Yeah, it's not there.
You all right? All right. Okay. By the way, I think this is cool. This is a shirt you can buy for Labradors. Now, don't think that that's it.
I know.
There's also there's one for you too.
What's the matter, sweet girl?
There's a Chihuahua shirt.
But he has to look like a Chihuahua.
That looks like a Chihuahua?
Yeah, but not my Chihuahua.
Well, your Chihuahua is a half-breed.
He is not.
What?
I love my
Don't
Chihuahua.
look at me like I'm owing you something. Don't look at me like that.
That's why when I look at stuff like that, I have to see where it says customized. Because if I want to get something with a Chihuahua on it, it's got to be my Chihuahua.
All right, well, I won't get it for your birthday then. I was looking at getting it for your birthday, but that's fine. Fine.
Well, I'll give you a picture of my Chihuahua.
I can't get it custom made. It would cost a lot more than that. And I think those shirts are really expensive.
Your friend wants to know if there's a Husky shirt.
Let me look. I don't know. They have a couple different dogs, and it's the name of the site is clothingmonster.com, and let's look and see what other dogs there are. Okay. Oh, here we go. I could have gone to the dog.
No, she didn't. She just brought her thing over.
Ah, she didn't. Okay. We'll go to dogs, and let's see what we got. Here's what the dogs are. We got a chocolate lab. We got a black lab. We got a soulful black lab. We got a black lab heavy. We got a chocolate black lab heavy. We got a Siberian husky, a terrier, a yellow Labrador, a bulldog portrait, a smiling Yorkie, a little Frenchie, a happy poodle. Sounds like a good name for a band.
See, you could put that on a shirt.
A beagle. What are we looking for?
A husky.
A husky. We got a German shepherd. Got a chocolate lab face. Got a Bernese mountain. A golden retriever. We got a corgi. A basset hound. A Weimaraner. We got a bison Frise. We got a pug face. We got a cool groovy dog t-shirt. Cowboy lab t-shirt. Oh, that would be Cheyenne. She would be a cowboy lab. I'm sure there's a husky in there. There's a Siberian husky. And so there's all kinds of pretty cool shirts on there. I found this a couple years ago when I was dating somebody that had a Chihuahua.
I mean, can you imagine that adorable face on a shirt? I mean, come on.
If I needed to scare my mice away. Hi, puppy. I turned that camera off so you're not on camera. That's not why I turned it on. Anyway, there's a dog in glasses, a golden retriever hoodie, Pomeranian hoodie. These are hoodies. So I guess it's basically the same dogs on. But
if you search Facebook, there's stuff you can get on there too that you can customize it with your own dog's picture.
Yeah. So it's kind of a neat little site. So I just thought it was funny, and I was kidding with Trish because she has one. All right. This next article is about a legendary rocker's family wants him to throw in the towel on a 50-year career.
Wow.
So legendary Rod Stewart. His family's saying, hey, maybe you should call it quits. So it's kind of weird to think that your family would want you to stop. Well, maybe not. Maybe the family just wants to spend time with him because he's been on the road all his life.
Yeah, it could be.
You know, and I can totally get wanting to be on the road while you can, because, I mean, that's what would it be like to do something that you really love so much that you want to keep doing it in your 70s. I mean, he's got to be in his 70s. It says here, Rod Stewart's been touring around the world playing his music for over 5 decades, 50 years.
Wow.
But his family wants him to ride into the sunset. And it says here that he has 8 children that are begging him to retire so he can spend more time with his grandchildren. They're worried that they're worried about him and want him to throw in the towel and retire on his own terms. Their dad devoted 50 years to his music, so he's probably 50s, 60s. He's probably in his 70s or maybe 80s, probably 70s. I would say mid to late 70s. I'm thinking he's probably shy of 80. So what do we got? The answer is his Wikipedia.
Well, that's what I'm trying to go for.
Oh.
But this computer's slow.
Well, now I got pictures. There we go. And the answer is...
Bum, ba-da-dum, bum. Come on, load up quicker. 78.
78. That's I was right.
Yep.
Yeah, so he looks about the same. I don't think he's ever changed his look. But, oh yeah, look. Looks like Darrell beat you.
Yeah. Well, my computer's slow.
That's it, yeah. Let those kids buy tickets for him.
Exactly.
That's right. That's the way I would have said. If the kids want to see me, they got to buy tickets. And they got to buy special tickets. They got to buy the enhanced tickets where you get the meet and greet. Meet and greet Grandpa.
And no backstage passes.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah. So they want him to retire. That's why I didn't have grandkids. I don't have to worry about that. Then we got Dionne Warwick. She's in the news.
What'd she do?
She came close to dying.
Ooh.
Dionne Warwick abruptly cancels show after a medical incident. So, yeah, I don't know which medical incident it is. I don't know what her issues were, but maybe she should hang out with Rod Stewart. He could take care of her. So, the thing is, once you get to the point like Rod Stewart and Dionne Warwick, I mean, those people, it's not like they need the money. They're doing it because they love the art.
Right.
So, they don't want to retire because that's the only thing they've ever known is to go out and perform. So for them, it's an important thing that they keep playing. And I totally, even though I've never had that kind of, the kind of fame that they have, it's not necessarily about the money. A lot of the times it's not about the money. I mean, I just love to play. And I totally get them wanting to be on the road and doing why won't it let me do that? Won't let me save this. Okay. Well, I'll have to put the, all right. So anyway, so she said, we regret to inform you that Dionne Warwick's performance on June 24th, 2023 at Rivers Casino Des Plaines. No.
That was buried yesterday when the plane was flying real low.
Has been canceled due to a medical incident. The message slated that all ticket purchases will be refunded, and it promised that Dionne would be back soon. And it says she's on the mend, but needed some time off to get her health right. And I bet she's in her 80s. So I just have a strange feeling. Oh, yeah, 82. Yeah. She's 82. So, wow, it's only 4 years difference between her and Rod. That's funny.
Well, Christine says she has a death pool change.
Uh-oh.
Did she clear it with the board?
She did not.
Oh.
She can clear it with, we'll do it. If you want to do, if you want to do one, we can do it. Do you know who you want? Do you want to take it? Do you want to change any of yours?
I'm looking at mine. As soon as it decides to open up. I think I'm good with mine.
I'm good with mine too, and I have a feeling she wants to change it to Dionne Warwick. So go ahead and change it if you tell me you're approved. So you just got to tell us what change you want to make, who you want to get rid of, and I guess I'll bring it up because we need to have the look. Let's see here. Got to do this. So we'll give her a few seconds to decide who she wants to change out and who she wants to put in. And we'll bring the death pool list up. And here's the death pool list. So if you have a change you want to make, it's time to make it. So
mine is taking forever to open.
All right. So she started with Randy Travis, Sharon Stone, Rolf Harris, Melanie Griffin, Selma Blair, Sarah Hyland, whoever that is, Bret Michaels, which hopefully he'll go.
No!
What? No, you don't want her to go? Him to go?
No!
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Charlie Sheen, and Pat Sajak. So, okay, who do you want to change it to? And while you're doing that, we'll go on to the next. We'll go on to the next one. I think she wants Dionne Warwick, I'm guessing. So.
I don't like this computer.
Obviously. And all we got to do is add memory. I think we looked at that and it said it was at 8 or 4.
I thought it was 8.
If it's 8, you need another 8.
There it is.
And it will run much better. So, okay. Next. This is Grammy winner is mad at father for creating mess with homophobic tweet.
Uh-oh.
Yes. So, Justin Bieber
Figures.
is mad at his dad because his dad did a homophobic tweet. Now, I always thought Justin Bieber was gay, but I guess he's with a girl, so I guess not necessarily gay. I see it won't do anything from that webpage. Okay, so I guess I'm not getting the Bieber thing. Okay, take out, roll, and put Rod Stewart.
Wow.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. Well, it's good I didn't take, it's good I didn't take the Dionne Warwick, because I would have been stuck with Dionne then. Okay, let me change that for you, and then we'll go back to the Bieber story. Let me do that right now. So we're taking out
Rolf Harris.
And we're putting in Rod Stewart. Okay. Okay. So that gives us Rod Stewart's. I spelled his name wrong. Stewart. There we go. All right. So that's a change. All right. That will be officially changed. All right, next.
Yeah, I don't have mine hooked up to a TV because I carry my laptop back and forth. But I'm real close to the time
What are we reading? What are you talking about?
Your friend says better to add memory than having to buy a whole new laptop because of screen breaking, and even with replacements won't work again. That is my laptop, which is now hooked up to a 40-inch TV.
Well, that wouldn't fix your slowdown, but
No.
but memory will definitely increase your speed, and so I would say that.
But I'm real close to starting to work from home now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you use their system, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next. Okay. Oh, shoot! That's where I was doing the. Got to do it again here. All right. So he's unhappy with his father because he. So Justin Bieber's dad said, "Don't forget to thank a straight person this month for your existence."
Uh-huh.
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the microphone. I think it's kind of funny, but you know, it is a transphobic thing, and he was trying to be funny, but just waiting to win the lottery so I can play $1,200 for a new lap. I'll pay $1,200. Better savings swings both ways and from the ceiling. Okay, so anyway, earlier in the week, Justin Bieber took to Twitter to post a rainbow flag with the, now this is not Justin Bieber, Jeremy Bieber took to the Twitter to post a rainbow flag with a sarcastic caption, "Don't forget to thank a straight person this month for your existence." The message, which was later deleted, came 2 days after he publicly shaded Pride Month, tweeting, "We need to celebrate families. You know, the reason we're all here. The things this generation glorifies is unbelievable." In the immediate aftermath of Wednesday's message, fans torched Jeremy online. Justin, meanwhile, was mad at his father, added unprovoked undue stress. Justin hasn't had many controversies lately. He's trying to lay low and trying to be there for Hailey Bieber, and their relationship, and not try to be around drama. He's had plenty of that in his life. But unfortunately, his dad started some new drama, and now Justin's involved in the mess. He's mad at his dad for doing what he did, but also knows that people will be talking about something else tomorrow, and this will pass. So fans of the Sorry Singer weren't willing to let Jeremy off the hook so easily. One person said, "Don't forget to thank your son, because he's the reason your electricity hasn't been shut off yet."
Oh, jeez.
There's one of the reasons why it's slow, because there's a restart.
Yeah.
Because I have that with one of my computers that just wouldn't do anything until I restarted it. So that's probably one of the reasons, if it's slower today than usual. So it says, it says the man that abandoned his child and only came back because he was famous. So Justin Bieber's dad apparently abandoned his child and just came back when he was famous. That's how you celebrate family. Another one tweeted, "What wasn't expected anything else from a grown man who leeches off his son." One question: celebrate 3 different families with people you abandoned. Oh man! Amid the backlash, Jeremy posted an uninspired apology, acknowledging the new.
Like they need...
Oh, it scared me. I didn't know.
Sorry.
I heard myself, and I was like, "What? What am I talking about?" Acknowledging my nuclear family is offensive. My apologies to those offended. Was not my intent. Not my opinion. Not that my opinion matters. Well, you know, you got to be careful, because in social media, you can actually say something with the best of intentions,
Right.
and it'll get twisted right around.
Well, of course, you get that anywhere you
But
go.
in his case, it might have been deserved to be twisted. Since then, the father and son have spoken and are on the same page, but to not do anything stupid like this again. Justin has had an up and down relationship with his dad for years, and this adds to it all. Justin's dad knows he put Justin in a bad position, but Justin is looking to move on from this as quickly as it started in the first place, in hopes that his dad is forgiven, especially since it's so close to Father's Day and his dad's birthday. Justin wants to celebrate his dad and not to be mad at his dad. That's a very good approach to take. I mean, I don't really care too much for Justin Bieber, but I got to say that the kid's grown up over the years.
Yeah.
And I have no reason to really hate the guy, except that he made it at 16, and I'm here a little bit older than that, and I haven't made it. So jealousy would be part of it. But, you know, I don't have no reason to hate Justin Bieber. Anyway, that's the story as I know it. And if it isn't, I'll make it up. Jennifer Lawrence. This is a funny story. So Jennifer Lawrence, Hunger Games, she's done some good movies.
Right.
Her mother once sold Jennifer Lawrence's used toilet on Craigslist.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine? When it became a certain household item, Jennifer Lawrence's mother didn't give a crap.
Literally.
Yeah. I just think it's funny. If my mother sold my toilet, I would be like, here, take some money. I mean, if you got to sell my toilet, that's a weird thing to sell. Especially if it's still working.
Well, she was trying to help her, I guess.
Took it out of the house, and just sold the... Oh, it's funny. Parents are weird things, Anyway, it just... it says here that Karen once sold a broken, used toilet from... Jennifer Lawrence's home.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, it's just like selling the utensils after she eats at a restaurant.
Something. Well, not quite like that. People give a crap about that. Oh, wait a minute. They give a crap about the toilet, too. A broken toilet, too. It's like, Anyway, the toilet was actually sold to a man named Lee Eisenberg, who happens to be The writing partner of No Hard Feelings director Gene Stupnitsky. Stupnitsky, what a name. Years ago, Lee Eisenberg bought a toilet on Craigslist for my mom. My toilet, she said. She doesn't know why her mom decided to sell a porcelain throne. I'm like, I broke it. My mom sold it for me. No hard feelings.
Maybe mom needed the money.
Yeah. At the time of the purchase, Lee knew the identity of the seller. That's how we know the story now. So thanks, Mom. It's No Hard Feelings. Oh, in No Hard Feelings. Is that a movie? That's the No Hard Feelings star.
Yeah.
It must have been, yeah.
Yeah, must
okay. In No Hard Feelings, Jen answers a Craigslist ad placed by the parents of a shy teenager. The goal was for the teen, played by Andrew Barth Feldman, to become less timid. It says J-Law. I guess that's Jennifer Lawrence's J-Law.
Yeah, instead of J-Lo.
In No Hard Feelings, it says here, J-Law has often spoke about how much her own parents supported her over the years, even after she dropped out of school. My parents, changed their entire lives to support me. Well, that's cool. I didn't have anything like that. Admitting to be a weirdo in school, Jen said she once faked having a wooden leg in class. How do you fake having a wooden leg?
Don't bend it when you walk.
I guess. That's kind of weird. I guess I can understand why she was a weird kid. And I walked in a consistent limp, incredibly consistent. And when my mom came to me from school, my teachers were like, "It's awful what happened to Jennifer's leg." My mom was like, "What? She does not have, her leg has not been amputated." I used to just invent stories to invent them. Okay. The Hunger Games star added, my parents said, then you would go through periods of times where they just wanted me out of the house, and I was called a lockout, and I'd go to the door and it was locked, and I'd be, all right, I got to find something else to do until my parents were ready to deal with me again. I was a handful, and I got it. We never fought about it. I've always been self-aware about my annoyingness. Well, I'm glad I never ended up with her, because that kind of girl would drive me crazy. Walking around with a peg leg and just kind of.
Christine says you should have a parrot on your shoulder.
Yeah. Burk.
Well, it looks like No Hard Feelings is a movie that's coming out soon.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I never heard that, but, it's possible. All right. Next. I need to get stock in Pepsi.
At least a little bit.
Then at least I'd be getting a discount somehow. All right. Oh, this is really weird. So, you know who Ivanka Trump is?
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, from what I'm reading.
Ooh.
What?
Everyone else said it's coming out June 23rd, so that's Friday.
That's right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ironically, this came out just in time to advertise the movie.
There you go.
So now I feel less weird about it. I think that it's a publicity thing and it wasn't real. Anyway, so Ivanka Trump has disappeared from her father's life as his legal issues mount. And that's kind of funny because, well, actually, I haven't heard anything from any of his kids. I haven't heard anything from Donald Jr. or anything. So I think they've all just kind of faded into the sunset. And so I don't really know, but it seems weird that they just now noticed it. I think the thing is, the father's really got a lot of things going on with this lawsuit and stuff, or the legal issues that he's got right now. So it says here,
I think that would be kind of hard to support your dad who's
got all these documents illegally. Yes.
And then it's like, okay, I don't want your reputation to ruin mine. And
that is true. Okay, what happened here? Gotta get this thing to... Oh, freaking
Hi,
A.
sweet girl.
That didn't work the way I wanted it to.
There's my sweet girl.
Why isn't that spinning? That should be spinning. Oh, loop. There's the loop.
Hi.
Why
There's
isn't it
my
working?
sweet girl.
There we go. Hi, puppy. What's up there, puppy?
My sweet girl.
She's a great dog. It says here, Ivanka Trump, the eldest daughter of the former president, is not expected to publicly support her father as he faces charges related to allegedly mishandling of confidential documents. The former White House advisor will be staying far away from daddy. A separate source says Ivanka has disappeared. Might be the aliens that we talked about last week.
Could be.
May have picked her up. Ivanka has already declared that she will not be part of the dad's 2024 campaign, as she's fairly apolitical since leaving the White House. And the former president was indicted in the spring on charges related to a hush money payment to film star Stormy Daniels. See, I don't really care about that stuff. I don't care if he slept with a porno star or whatever she was. I don't think that matters. That didn't really change how the election was handled. It doesn't change what I feel about him for when he was in office, because he did what he said he was going to do.
Right.
So just prior to the arrest, a source told Page Six that Ivanka and her husband Jared Kushner want nothing to do with the drama that surrounds the 45th president. They're staying away and don't want to be hounded by reporters. I don't think you can see, I don't think you will see them defending him, but it will be a no comment. And Ivanka lost a lot of friends and her social scenes during the presidency. They want to put it in the rear view and they want it behind them. So if your own daughter is not supporting you, that's a problem. But
yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of stuff that I just don't really understand. So,
well, I'm glad my daughter supports me.
Well, they do now. So you did something right.
Yep.
So maybe you ran for too many offices, or maybe you
I
didn't.
did something.
I don't know. Anyway, so now we know that. Hey, you could go to Ivanka. She would probably help you because she doesn't have anything to do now. Now that she's abandoned her father. Okay, so we got a situation where somebody who was on our show had a surgery recently.
Yes. Yeah.
Danny Bonaducci's wife shares an update on his condition after his brain surgery. Whew, that's a horrible thing. I'm never going to use this Wonderwall news again because I can't post to Facebook. I don't think it's posting. Keeps saying an error. I don't know why there's an error.
Well, let me look and see what I can
Yeah, check to see if it is posting. I don't think it is. Just look under my name.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, see, like page not found. I don't know what's going on there. But I've been trying to post them and I just don't see
Okay,
them.
yeah, it's there.
Is it okay, well then what the freak are you...
Yeah, it's there.
Okay. All right, well anyway, Danny Bonaducci was on our show many years ago, and he was a great guest. I really enjoyed his talking. In fact, I probably have... Let's see if I have it. Danny. We had him on, it was like probably closer to 2008, 2009 maybe. But I just thought it was awesome to have him on because it gave us some really awesome, Danny Bonaducci, here it is. So here's his promo with us.
This is Danny Bonaducci. Nobody trash talks like me. That's why I quit the Partridge Family. A bunch of goofballs dressed up in red velvet suits. How embarrassing. If David Cassidy was there right now, I'd tell him what I think about him. Why? Because you're listening to Trash Talk, 7 to 10 p.m.
Nice.
So that was him. He was on, I think it was Celebrity Boxing.
Yes.
Or something like that. But anyway, he did really well with the Celebrity Boxing, too. It says here, brain surgery was successful on June 5th. The actor's wife, Amy Bonaducci, shared an update on Danny's health after the medical procedures. It's been a long day. I wanted to let you guys know that Danny's surgery went well according to plan, and he's doing well. And she says that the Partridge Family's alumni health was a mystery for some time. In April 2022, he took a leave from his Seattle-based radio show due to an illness. By summer of that year, he lost his ability to speak clearly or walk unassisted, as he needed a cane for movement. I've seen my dad have a stroke, and it was the same thing. He said on Good Morning America, I couldn't walk, I couldn't keep my balance, I slurred very badly. I couldn't remember anything, and I was hoping for a diagnosis, but did not get one. Finally, after meeting with 100 doctors, he was diagnosed with hydrocephalus, a debilitating condition that puts harmful pressure on brain issues via water on the brain. Ooh.
I think that's what Brenda has.
Oh. It says here, following the diagnosis, Danny and Amy listed their $1.6 million home because of the layout was no longer safe for him. And it says here, earlier this week, Danny spoke to TMZ about his health, saying that his brain scan doesn't look good. However, he suspected that he'd feel significantly better after the surgery. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but that I'll be cured, but I don't mean to be a sorry guy. I'm not a sorry guy, but I will be completely bummed if this doesn't work. Still, Danny wanted to keep things in perspective and hopes he'll soon be able to do daily tasks. I can't walk currently. I just can't. I'm never going to run track. I'm never going to box again, but I can't. If I can get from here to there, from here to the kitchen on my own, bravo. You know, that's the attitude you got to have, because you don't really know what's going to happen. You know, you just are happy that you can walk, or happy that you can talk, or whatever it is that, you know, you just got to be real careful that with issues. Oh, you're looking at Kaseko? What's he?
Well, I just wanted to see who all Danny fought in celebrity boxing.
He did really well in that. He was a tough guy. I mean, he's not a tall guy. He's not a big guy, but he's one of those scrappy guys that, you know. But I really liked him. I really thought he was kind of cool. He was always my favorite on the Partridge Family too. Always said to myself, I want to be him.
Yeah, the smart ass.
Yeah, that was him. And but I never really wanted to play bass. I always wanted to sing, so I would be a smart guy on the mic. But who knows? Maybe I'll get a chance if my. Actually, he would be good to put in my show.
Yes, he would.
I would cast him in my show.
I thought you did have him on there.
No, but I would find a place for him on my show. He could be the New Jack version, the bass player. But then I'd have to have another. I really like the role that I wrote for the bass player, and I don't think he would fit for that role. But maybe we could find a place for him.
There's Nietzsche. He wants to know when you're coming on his show. Right
now. How about right now?
Because weren't you supposed to do that one other time?
About 20 other times. We've never been able to connect because something happens and we just don't ever get to do it. I want to do it, and I gave him pictures and stuff. And
well, make it happen, Trash.
It's not my call. It's not my show. So I would be glad to have him on this show too. And the thing is, he'll be on this show because I'm going to play it on this show after it's recorded. And
Nietzsche's already been on here, and he's welcome here anytime. I mean, you've said that over and over.
Yep. But the thing is, it'll happen. I mean, I'd like to have it happen before I die and not have a tribute to me.
Well, you're not planning on dying anytime soon, I hope.
Most people aren't planning on dying. It just happens. But anyway, I'd like to get him. We got to let's see. Hey, you had to postpone it last time. Oh, really? Okay, I don't remember. I don't know. It's been postponed so many times. I mean, last time I think he forgot. I know he's saying.
Get your planner out and put it in there.
I can't put it in there because we don't have a date.
There, Monday, July 3rd. He just gave you
Can't
one.
do Mondays. Mondays.
July 3rd. You're planning on doing a show on the 4th of July.
Sure.
Bullshit.
You don't want to do a show on the 4th of July?
No.
See, you're cutting out on me. I see how you are.
Hey, I'm going to enjoy my long weekend that weekend, thank you.
I give you long weekends all the time.
Yeah, I know you do. Well, he said Sunday, July 2nd. There you go.
I'm going to be at a party. Really, seriously. July 1st I could do. We could probably do the 3rd. What would you say, 3rd? Is that what you said? 3rd.
Monday, July 3rd.
Well, that's a possibility.
Because I'll be helping Michelle move that weekend.
Oh, I can't help her move now.
My new girl.
Who's your new girl?
Michelle!
I don't know who she is.
You've met her.
Well, then she's not your new girl. She's your old girl.
No, she was my old girl, but now she's my new girl. Forget it.
How's that happen?
I got rid of one. I got Michelle now.
Okay. Didn't know you swung that way.
You've heard it here
Christine,
first.
I won't be there either on the 4th. Well, geez, everyone's abandoning me. Wait. How about Thursday, June 30th at 5 p.m. June 29th. What day? Pick your day.
The 29th.
When's that?
Next week.
Oh. Yeah, we could probably do that. I could probably do that.
Yeah, next Thursday.
Yeah, we can do that. Sure.
Put it in your phone.
I'm not going to put it in my phone.
Then give me your phone. I'll put it in.
I got the memory like a steel trap. I don't forget days. I've never missed a date.
Okay. Let me know if it happens, Nietzsche. And if he says I forgot, we can go back and play this from the radio
5
show.
is fine. Fine. You're going to get me in trouble with my friend, but it's okay. Because if I don't show up, she'll say, why don't you ever come up and have wings with us anymore? Hopefully she's not on. Anyway, we can do it. I'll do it. I'm ready. You just whenever we can do it. And it'll be the best interview you ever did.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's right. I got to get up there to see Jen and them again for wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing this Thursday?
Moving furniture.
Well, I'm going to be eating.
But if I can do it early enough.
If you can do it early enough. So, anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, talking about Danny. All right, so anyway, he's doing well. So hopefully he'll get back on his feet, and I would like to see him do that. He was a good guy to me. Let me see if I have his number, because maybe I'll call him one of these days and say hi. I don't know if he called in or if how we
I don't remember.
So let's find out. Oops, spell his name right. That would be good. Nope, he must have called in.
Okay.
Bummer. I was kind of hoping I would have his number. All right, next question, next
story.
article. Story, yes. Vincent. What's Vincent?
Vincent Pastore.
Oh, he is. Oh, wow. Congratulations. Now he's doing real stuff. We don't do anything. He does real stuff. He learned from the best. He learned from watching us. That's why he's such a good talk show host.
Pennsylvania House passes $15 minimum wage bill.
So that just means that McDonald's is going up in price.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So, talk show host clarifies twisted words over claim she said, I wish my mother was dead.
Ooh.
Who do you think that was?
I have no idea.
Well, I wouldn't have guessed that either, but you know who that is? Drew Barrymore.
Oh.
So, here's the story as Drew Barrymore. See, now, somebody announced that she said, I wish my mother was dead. And that's not what she said. So she clarified the twisted words of that interview. Hold on here. What she actually said was, don't give him too much credit. Hey, you learn from the best. I'm giving myself credit. Okay, so Drew Barrymore was on a show. I've been vulnerable and trying to figure out a very difficult, painful relationship while admitting it was difficult to do while a parent is alive. And those of us who have had to figure out in real time cannot wait, as it cannot wait for time. Not that they cannot wait for the time, not that the parent is dead. Drew said in a passionate Instagram message, "Don't twist my words around or even say that I wish my mother was dead. I've never said that. In fact, I go on to say that I wish I never have to live an existence where I would wish that someone, wish that on someone because they're sick." And I understand that. Okay, so the interview that she had, she was explaining that her mother, like when, okay, an example would be like when I was with Pam, there were times that I wish she had died.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of me.
Just frustration.
Because I felt that she was so frustrated and she was getting worse and worse. And I didn't wish she was dead. I just sometimes wished that she had died because I saw the pain she was in. And it caused me a lot of pain because I'd never wanted to see her in pain, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I totally understand what she's saying. If someone twisted that around and says, well, you said you wished your wife was dead, I didn't really wish she was dead. I wished that if that was going to be the end result, then she didn't have to suffer. I wish that she would die quicker so that she didn't have to suffer.
Suffering.
That is kind of a selfless thing, not a selfish thing, because you come home every day and you see them and they're really ill and you see them really sick and you just like when she's laying on the couch and she's holding her gut and stuff and you know there's nothing you can do. And it hurts to see them in that kind of pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish she wasn't dead. I wish she wouldn't have died, but she did die, and they knew she was going to die because she was sick. And she was sick for a long time. And to watch someone for 12 years go from being a perfectly healthy person to being practically a vegetable, where she couldn't really drive anymore, but she was still driving. She had a bunch of accidents in the last year. Now, I don't have to justify myself, but I do understand what she was saying. She wasn't wishing her dead, but she was, in a situation where she felt that if her parents were in that situation, she would rather that the person living in pain sucks. Yes, I agree. Living in pain does suck. I've been living in pain many, many years, and I hope nobody says they wish I would die because of that.
No,
because I'm too selfish to die like that. But yes, pain is really a horrible thing, and I mean, what do you do when they can't fix you, and you're just like cancer? Watching my brother die.
Yeah. I
didn't get along with my brother, but I didn't like to see him in pain. Didn't like to see that happen. But there was something that. It's one of those things that you don't really want to...
I remember when I said something like that about I think it was my dad, and I got ridiculed for it.
Sure.
Saying, how could you say something like that? And I'm
because they aren't listening to the thing. They're they're hearing what they want to hear. And she wasn't wishing her mother was dead. And
she just wished she wasn't in pain, and if death is the only option to take that pain away...
Well, especially when Pam was saying she wanted to die because there's nothing more we can do. And I kept saying there's always something. But there isn't always something. No. There isn't. All right, next. It's already 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on here?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Who speeded up the time? Doing injections in my shoulder to help me with pain and neck surgery.
Wow.
Wow, from 2020. Well, I've got two bad rotator cuffs. I've had 3 surgeries, and I've only got 2 shoulders, so that tells you something. I've got scoliosis, so if everybody would watch me on Zoom, it would seem like I'm laying down, and I don't know it until I look on the Zoom and I see that I'm laying like this. Then I think, oh, and then I try to straighten myself out. It's funny because people think I'm just like relaxing. I'm not relaxing. That's just the way my body sits me. And I think that I'm doing fine, and I feel like I'm sitting straight till I see myself on camera, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not. So why is it I'm not moving? I don't think either of us is moving.
It must have just stopped. No, it just stopped now because it was going on.
Huh. Are we still there?
This is moving up here.
Yeah. But we're not moving. That's strange. What if I turned it off? And well, I'm not going to turn the show off.
I was going to say it.
I'm going to turn us off and turn us back on. Okay, I turned us off. Now I'll turn us on again. Are we there? We're not there. What's going on? Hey. Hey.
Christine says the has been off.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Well, I can still talk, and it's still doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah,
but
they're hearing us.
I can just disappear like this and come back up, and we're still. Wonder what would happen if I don't want to do anything to mess it up any worse, but maybe we'll be idols. We're actually idols now.
Well, you always have been.
I'm the vital idol, but now you're the trash is made idol. Okay, well, I'm going to be frozen because it's cold in this room. Yeah, that's it.
It's is cold. Not cold in here.
Because it's hot in this room.
We're just frozen in time.
Frozen. A brand new world. Or whatever that song is. Anyway, all right, next. Just pretend I'm moving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, I can nobody will even see me doing anything.
Oh, wait a minute, I'll see you.
Don't look at me then. All right. Frozen in time, yes. All right. Where is there we are. Wait, is this it? No, that's not it either. Okay. All right. There we go. This is it. Okay. Wait, is that it? No, that's not the current ones. Okay, here it is. Man falls to his death at the Grand Canyon.
Oh.
From the skywalk.
Yep, nope.
Yeah, that's definitely not the way I would want to go. So, yeah. In fact, I don't even remember being at I was at the Grand Canyon. I don't remember seeing that.
Maybe that's something new.
Well, it might be that we were at a different part of the Grand Canyon, too, because the Grand Canyon's huge. It's really huge. Yeah, that's a long way down. So it says Grand Canyon emergency rescue teams were put to work after one man went over the edge at the popular skywalk, falling to his death. Now, how? Unless he was screwing around, how would he do that? That's my question. It says here, the incident happened last Monday at the attraction. Officers from the Mojave County Sheriff's Search and Rescue Team responded around 9 a.m. with ropes and specialists and a helicopter. All right, well, there's the skywalk. Unfortunately, the team determined that the man, 33-year-old, was deceased from the fall. No kidding. Geez, that's a long way to fall. Wow, look at that. It's unclear how he went over. Officials said he went over the edge. A Facebook release from Search and Rescue Team also featured a message about suicide prevention and urged those struggling to call. You know, if I were to want to kill myself, that would be a way to do it. You're guaranteed you're not going to come out of it alive.
I was watching Celebrity Prank Wars yesterday.
Okay.
While I was at work. And they had...
You're admitting that?
Yes. I can multitask.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And they had Little John trying to pull a prank on Ludacris.
Okay.
Well, Ludacris reversed it, and the way it looked is when Little John came out to try to scare Ludacris with an air horn, Ludacris had his stunt double in, and his stunt double went over the edge of a banister and onto the ground below.
Okay.
And here Little John thought, he's like, oh no, he really actually jumped. But it was a prank within a prank.
Jeez.
So, I mean, it was funny. I was sitting there going, oh my gosh.
I don't know.
But they have some good ones on there.
Man, I'm telling you, that would be, if I was looking to kill myself, that would be the best way to do it. You don't have to worry about pain.
Yeah.
You're pretty much done.
Done and over with.
Yes. Now I turned my camera off and turned it back on. Now, see if it works. See what happens here. See if we come back up. Well, we're not on. So I don't think it came back up. All right. It's kind of weird. It kind of reboot it.
Sort of maybe.
Yeah, well, kind of strangely. Okay, now come back up so we see you. Oh, man. Anyway. All right. So that's a man falls to his death. Next.
Well, the accident on I-95 that caused all that, there was, 3 deaths among that?
And I had just traveled that road like a week before it collapsed. So that's
Didn't they say there was a car two tractor and trailers over the side and a car that was on its roof, and what was one of the tankers hauling gasoline?
I don't know. It was crazy because when I saw it happened right after I got back. Because I remember seeing that and I thought, oh, I was just on I-95. All right. Chilling. Oh, this is freaky. So this body cam footage shows the arrest of the father charged with with lining up and killing his 3 sons. They were 3, 4, and 7. Now, first off, I don't know in what world this happens, but it must happen, because in my world it's kind of a thing I would never even think about, because if you don't want to be a father, you just
cover it up.
I don't know, it just is really sad. This guy, so I watched the footage, and it's like the father's really nonchalant about this whole thing. He's just like, oh, well, you know. He's sitting at his porch while the cops show up, or, sitting, and the cops are telling him, get down on the ground. He doesn't want to get down on the ground. And he killed his 3 kids. It's like, this doesn't even make sense to me. I can't understand it. The mother can be heard shouting, he took my life from me. When asked about what was going on, the suspect calmly replied, nothing. The arrest footage of Chad Dorman has been released, showing his behavior after allegedly murdering his 3 sons with a rifle. The Monroe Township, Ohio resident was arrested on Thursday, June 15th, after police responded to a 911 call to his home. One of them was from a woman screaming her babies had been shot. The second came from a driver who said that a girl was running down the street saying her father was killing everyone. 3 boys, Dorman's sons, 3, 4, and 7, were unresponsive when deputies and the EMS arrived. They died on the scene. Over the weekend, body cam footage from the Claremont County Sheriff's Office show authorities were arriving at his home, proceeding with caution, knowing the suspect had a rifle. Dorman can be seen sitting on the step of the home with the gun beside him before being thrown to the ground and handcuffed. I mean, it was so weird that the cops were like stalking around the property and the guy was just sitting there, and I'm thinking, well, he doesn't look like he killed anybody. But he had a gun there, and they kept telling him, get down on the ground. And, it says, man, I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm completely sober, never done drugs in my life, he said to authorities before admitting he had done drugs when he was younger, but was sober now. I'm not trying to hurt you, he told deputies before yelling at the family dog to go inside. In the background, the children's mother can be heard screaming, they're dead, aren't they? What do I do? She then wails, he took my life from me. My life. They're so little. I mean, the kids are 3, 4, and 7. Why would you kill 3, 4, and 7? I mean...
That's not right.
At one point, he asked authorities whether he could roll over to answer some of the questions. I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing, he said, before warning them about the dog. When asked by one of the deputies what was going on, he calmly said nothing before asking whether he could stand up because he was kind of uncomfortable. As he was being led to the back of the sheriff's vehicle, he acknowledged his stepdaughter ran for the fire department. He also asked whether one of the officers could remove his wallet from his back pocket. Their response, "Shut up. You have the right to remain silent. Effing use it." Dorman was charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder. The boy's mother was also shot in the hand, according to the prosecutors, in an attempt to protect her children. He's currently being held on $20 million bond, reportedly the highest bond in county history. And preliminary hearing was set for June 26th. According to the prosecutors, he confessed to the murders. The aunt of the 3 boys, Rachel Brown, started a GoFundMe for the family. Let's see what the GoFundMe's at. Help my sister bury her children. What the? Oh, man. They got $222,000 raised on a $20,000 goal. So at least they'll have money to raise. But still, that won't replace the kids.
No, definitely not.
Jeez, this must be the daughter that got away. And there's 3 kids. That's so sick. My sister lost 3 amazing babies yesterday. Nothing will make this better. It will never be okay, but please find it in your heart to relieve the financial burden of this tragedy. Please donate. I just look at this $2,000 from this one anonymous person. That's crazy. I can't even fathom what was going on there. It just is so weird. Oh man, I feel really bad. Let's see who the top people are there. Maybe it won't come up. Jeez. I mean, the $222,000, at least that'll help her get back on her feet.
Right.
Because that's not a lot of money in today's terms. I mean, really, that's... I guess I can't really tell you who the top donors are because it's not coming up. It's just amazing. So, let's see the top donators. Because I saw the 20,000. Or the 2,000. That's a lot of money. We're still sitting in the same spots. We haven't moved. It's so cold in here, we're frozen in place.
Frozen in time.
That's it. All right, let's go on. Oh, here we go. Now, let's see top donations. They just had so many donations that maybe it isn't easy to do it. I just can't believe that anybody would do that. Anyway, so hopefully he'll burn in hell. I just can't imagine. Jeez. Anyway, all right, next. This next one's kind of bizarre. So this TikToker had a funeral, and to teach his family a lesson, and he crashed his own funeral.
Oh, geez.
That I don't know. I find it. I mean, I guess in today's society, there's nothing that should surprise me. Yeah, the mother will need counseling. I'm sure of it. But yeah, so this TikToker decided to teach his family a lesson by faking his own death. And then he ends up crashing it and showing up. If someone ended up doing that to me, I'd probably kill them at the funeral. And because the casket's already paid for.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Just dump them in the casket. So, I don't know. It's just weird stuff. A man...
I think I sent you a story that they said that somebody had died And then she came back to life, but then exactly 7 days later, she did die for real, or something like that.
Oh, that's weird. That's really
strange. I can find that story again.
Anyway, it says here. Let's see. All right.
Yeah, it was 76-year-old woman who knocked on coffin during her own wake, now officially declared dead after 7 days in intensive care.
Jeez.
Yeah, she was from Ecuador.
Well, okay, their technology in Ecuador probably is not the best, especially if they're putting her in a casket and she's still alive. I'm not quite dead yet.
That's just, ugh.
It's weird when it's, I mean, okay, so that's a mistake, but this other guy did it on purpose. It said here, a Belgian man decided to teach his family a lesson about staying in touch by faking his own death and then filming himself as he crashed his own funeral with a dramatic helicopter arrival, triggering a social media backlash. So social media influencers have done a lot of crazy things for clicks and views, but how many can say they faked their own death? You know, I wonder if that was just done for, I bet you the family knew.
Probably.
And that, because that'd be hard to pull off. The TikToker, 45-year-old David Berton, roped his immediate family into a social experiment, which helped him sell the ruse. He admitted in an interview with French chat show Touché Mas Mon Poste, per Indy 100, that he didn't immediately tell his children about the prank. Oh, so he's the father. Oh, that's really even worse. I didn't think it was that bad. Rest in peace, Daddy. I will never stop thinking about you, one daughter wrote, reportedly believing he was dead. Why is life so unfair? Why you were going to be a grandfather and you still had your whole life ahead of you. I love you. We love you. We will never forget you. Okay, well, you don't have to because he's still around, apparently. I guess we can see it. Oh, we can actually watch the thing. Well, let's watch it. Let's see here. How's this thing work? Okay, so I need to go over here. I think. Wait. Hey, what are you coming? Let's see what they're saying. So he must make enough money on TikTok. And with all the camera people there, I would have been suspicious anyway. Of course, they're all French people or Belgian people or something. So they probably didn't know anybody. So that's where you're from. Why is he walking funny? Oh, you came back to life. Oh, we're so happy, Daddy. We're so happy you scared us. He should go to jail. Just for pretending to be dead. It would have been funny if the family said, you know what, you're dead to us anyway, so talk to you later. I guess I'm a little meaner than they are, but you know. Okay, so. That was stupid. You know, I can't even imagine how stupid that person is. That stupid. I mean, I would give anything to have my dad back. and I know he wouldn't have done it that way. So, I don't know. All right, now we can do this. Now I can do this, get us back in the picture. Hey, there we are.
But we're still not moving.
Well, yes, we are. We will now in a few seconds. There we are. So now I need to do some cleaning here. Got to get rid of some of this. The top. Oh, there you are. Don't want to leave that. Oh, there we are. There we are. Now we got. Now we're back.
My sunglasses went.
And then I'll do this. Oh, so that would take care of that. There we are. All right. So we're back. How you like that? We came back.
Good.
You thought we abandoned you. We didn't. So, all right. So now, okay. While that clip was running, I fixed it. All right. All right. TikToker. So, hopefully, now when he dies for real, they won't believe him.
Well, we may need instead of a pregnancy test to come up positive, we need a death test to make sure he's dead.
I could hear his family now. Ha ha ha! You're not really dead, Daddy. Come on out! Come on out of the casket. You're not coming out of the casket. What's going on here? Anyway, oh, this one's really weird. This guy was a career criminal, and he liked the show Home Alone. So this guy here, man whose home was rigged with Indiana Jones booby trap, guilty of injuring a federal officer. Well, you can't really do that. So what he did was, he was in jail for something. I don't remember what he was in jail for, but he was preparing the house for sale. That's what he was supposed to be doing. And he was bitter, of course, because he lost his house and he was in jail. I don't know why he was out of jail, but anyway. So while he was out preparing the house to be sold, he decided he was going to booby trap the home. So, says photos show how Oregon man recreated the Raiders of the Lost Ark boulder trap using a hot tub. A shotgun contraption in the home, however, is responsible for injuring a member of the FBI bomb squad. 71-year-old Oregon man faces 20 years in prison. If he's 71, chances are he's not going to be there till he's 20, or for 20 years. After one of the many booby traps on his property injured an FBI technician. You don't want to do that to an FBI. You don't want to do that with a government person. I mean, it's bad enough to do it for a regular person, but you don't want to do it for a government person. Gregory Lee Rodvelt of Williams, Oregon, was found guilty of assaulting a federal officer and using and discharging a firearm during and in relation to a crime of violence June 2nd, stemming from an incident in his home on September 7th, 2018. That's a lot of words. According to the local reports, Rodvert lost his property in a lawsuit filed by his mother. Though he was serving time behind bars in Arizona for an unrelated incident, he was released from jail for 2 weeks in August 2018 to prepare the home for sale. Instead, he allegedly loaded up the property with extremely dangerous traps. The person in charge of selling the real estate reached out to authorities to help after returning to the home and finding a sign saying it was now protected with improvised devices. So not only is he a bad criminal, but he's a really bad criminal because he told him, don't go in there because, you can be killed. And it's probably good he did that because bomb technicians from Oregon State Police and the FBI responded to the home shortly after and, according to the press release from the United States Attorney's Office, immediately saw some of Rodvelt's handiwork in action. While the bomb technicians arrived at the property, they observed a minivan blocking the gate, and the technicians found steel animal traps affixed to the gate post and under the hood of the minivan. Also located homemade spike strips, which the receiver had previously run over, And as the technician neared the residence, they observed a hot tub that had been placed on its side and rigged in a manner that when the gate was opened, it would activate a mechanical trigger, causing the spa to roll and towards the person who had opened the gate. You know, that's a lot of work. That guy spent a lot of work to make sure that somebody was getting injured. I personally would not have, if you were going to take my house while I'm in jail, just take it. Just take it. I'm not gonna put all that energy into putting traps in the house. It just is too much energy. Anyway, a photo of the. So this is a photo of the hot tub, which can be seen below. This is stupid. This is crazy. Hot tub, hot tub, hot tub. That is a really hot tub because it's rolling at you. That's just crazy. And the house doesn't look like it's not $1 million house or anything.
No.
Why would the guy care that much? I mean, he's in jail. Who knows what he was in jail for, but I mean, really.
That's crazy. Why ruin a perfectly good hot tub?
Well, because he wasn't going to be able to use it anyway. They left him out of jail for 2 weeks or whatever it was.
Hi, Cheyenne.
If it sounds familiar, it's apparently inspired by the famed opening sequence of Raiders of the Lost Ark. So when you open the gate, you see this hot tub rolling at you, and you're like, ah.
Oh.
I don't think they used a hot tub, though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's just nuts. These people are crazy. The authorities were able to sidestep the initial obstacles before spotting a rat trap modified to accept a shotgun shell, which would be tripped by the garage door when opened. The trap was unloaded, however, when officers gained entry to the home by using an explosive charge on the front door. The group entered the residence looking for traps and found a wheelchair in the center of the front entryway. When the wheelchair was bumped, it triggered a homemade shotgun device that discharged a .410 shotgun shell that struck the FBI bomb technician below the knee. That's the first mistake, because now you got federal charges for shooting a federal government employee. The injured tech was taken to the hospital and treated for his injuries and released. He was will be sentenced at a later date, faces up to 20 years in federal prison, his attorney said. However, the maximum sentence is unrealistic. Well, they didn't say why he was in jail in the first place. I wonder why he was in jail in the first place, because did he get in trouble for, say, drunk driving and only had a year or something, or did he just,
receiving stolen property?
Something, but, was he going to get out at some point? And because, I mean, what's 20 years if you're in life in prison anyway? I mean, really, seriously, if that was my way, I still wouldn't have that energy. I wouldn't have the energy to come up with all that stuff. But
somebody had too much time on their hands.
The thing is, he's now famous. So, famous as far as...
Maybe that's all he wanted.
I guess. I don't know. People are really weird about that stuff. All right. Speaking of which, here's a guy that... here's somebody that wanted to be famous too and thought he could outdo the last guy.
Oh.
This guy here is a girl. She decided she was going to burn the school. There's 19 dead children, and you know why? Because her phone was taken away from her. So she decided to burn the school down. Burning down the house.
No, it's burning down the school.
Oh, that's just insane. She burned the school down because they took her phone away.
Maybe you shouldn't have your phone in school anyway.
Well, we all know that's the case, and that's the thing. I just can't figure it out because, I mean, is there no kind of values anymore at all? She's 15 years old. Purposely ignited the fire after school administrator confiscated her phone. She's been accused of setting a fire in the school dormitory. Okay, now that explains it. In Guyana. Okay, then I understand it. I don't really understand it, but still, I mean, their values in Guyana are a lot different than our values are here, I think. A schoolgirl has been accused of setting a fire in the school dormitory in Guyana that resulted in deaths of 18 schoolmates and a 5-year-old boy. The teen was charged on Monday with 19 counts of murder. She will be tried as an adult. A court near the capital of Georgetown decided. Police claim the girl purposely set on fire on May 21st the Media Secondary School in retaliation after school officials confiscated her phone. You know, actually, in this point, I think I would have just killed her. There wouldn't have been there's no reason for a trial. She did it. She killed 19 people.
Yep.
Let's just kill her. I mean, not that I care because it's not our tax dollars now, but seriously, that's just... Danielle says, hey, I have my phone in school, but I'm in college.
And there's a difference.
Well, it's also different that if they took your phone, you probably wouldn't burn the college down. I mean, even if just common sense is that, you know, there's no reason to kill people because you lost your phone. I mean, even if it's taken away unjustly, if she wasn't guilty of whatever it is that she said that they said, say she wasn't looking at Temu.com and she wasn't ordering stuff, it doesn't matter. If she lost her phone, okay, maybe they have a strict no phone policy, and if you walk in there with your phone and you pull your phone out, they take it from you. Well, if that's the rules, that's the rules, but still, you don't kill 19 people because of that. It's just crazy. No would when class... Yeah, I mean, but, you know, the bottom line is, even if they took it unjustly, even if she walked in with the phone and they said, nope, you're not allowed to have a phone in here, and they took it from her there, even if that was the case, it's still to kill that many people, or not. I'm sure she didn't want to kill that many people. I'm sure she just wanted to burn the school down. Even burning the school down just because you lost your phone is not a good reason to burn the school down.
That's like, when I'm at work, I have my phone turned down, but there are a few people that I have their ringtone set that'll override that.
I bet your mine's one of them.
Yes, it is.
All right. Yay. Yay me.
You know, the important people in my life. My kids, you and Christine.
Okay.
And Keith.
Well, that's more than 4 people.
I said, well...
You lied. You're a liar. You deserve to have your house burned down because you just lied to me.
But no, and it's like I still have to be careful because there's other people in the building.
Well,
so I try to hurry up and jump on it right away.
Yeah. Anyway, so this next one's going to excite you. This next article you'll like. This Marine veteran.
Yes.
It's a really cool article. Check this out. So this guy was in his house, in his garage, and he was working on his car, and these people came and tried to rob him.
Wow.
Now, you know, it's really sad when you're coming to a guy's garage, his house, and try to rob him, and he's there, you know. So what did they do? They sprayed him in the eyes with pepper spray. Well...
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen. They sprayed him in the eyes with pepper spray, but he's a Marine. That doesn't mean anything to him. He still chased them away. This guy was awesome. It says here, I would think they got caught off guard, the fact that someone that old would fight back. A veteran of the Republic of Korea Marine Corps fought off 2 men who pepper sprayed him in his own garage in an apparent robbery attempt, and the whole thing was caught on video. The incident happened in broad daylight on Sunday in Fullerton, California, as a man and his wife returned home from a trip to Home Depot and church. After pulling into the garage and getting out of his, guess what, Tesla, getting out of his Tesla, which recorded the attack. That's, by the way, how they got footage of it. The car recorded everything. Which recorded the attack via the rear view camera. 2 men approached him and can be heard saying, "They hit your car." That was an apparent distraction tactic as one of them pulled out pepper canister and began spraying. One of the two would-be robbers began retreating almost immediately as nearby landscapers who the suspects apparently didn't see ran towards the victim, cries for help. The homeowner himself began to fight back as well, swatting at both attackers as the two men made a run for it. They approached my dad and said, "Hey, someone hit your car. There's car damage. You can hear it in the recording," the man's son said. My dad was kind of confused because they came around him real quick. They pepper sprayed him. Thank God he had glasses on. That gave him a little bit of ability to fight back, and he fought back hard. Calling the 12:30 attack just super brazen, the man's son added, "They're not afraid of anything. I think they were caught off guard, the fact that someone that old would fight back." The man's son went on to call the landscapers heroes for helping chase the suspects away. They didn't realize there were more guys out there. They were boned out. And the two men seen on video and a third who was in the same car, which reportedly followed the victim home, are still at large. But you know, anytime somebody has a Tesla and you're going to do something to them, keep in mind, those cameras are live. Yeah. They can always get themselves in trouble for that kind of stuff. And the fact that this guy, he's a veteran of you're messing with the wrong guy. He's put his life on the line for a lot worse. And so it was just kind of funny that, that he, first off, had a Tesla, which is awesome because it gives me more respect for him. And
and that he was a Marine.
He was a Marine. That was awesome. Now, on the other hand, there's idiots like this next guy. There's all kinds of people out there. This guy here, he sprayed painted his Nintendo Duck Hunt pistol.
Oh, jeez. That looks like a woman.
I know, but not only did he spray paint it, he used it in a robbery. Oh man, some people don't make sense at all. I can't have any pity for people like this. It just is so stupid.
I don't know where they found this stupidity, Gene.
Oh, who knows? It's just crazy. So the guy, I guess it's a guy. Yeah, he has hair. He's got hair on his chin. The protruding orange trigger over the painted NES Zapper light gun should have been the first sign that the game was over for the robbery suspect. There was no need to duck. Get it? Duck hunt. There was no need to duck when this gun was brandished in a recent robbery, according to a South Carolina deputy in the York County Sheriff's Office.
York?
York County in South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Authorities said in a recent robbery attempt of a local convenience store, Quick Stop, was in fact done with a spray-painted Nintendo Duck Hunt game pistol. The David Joseph DeLisandro, I guess, DeLisandro, 25, was taken into police custody shortly after presenting the modified NES Zapper gun in the heist. There's your gun. It didn't even, that doesn't even look like a gun. As far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't be afraid of that. Not to mention, if you look into the barrel, it probably has that little, light in there. You can see it. I probably wouldn't, you probably won't think about that, though, because you're
but if you have it under your shirt or inside your coat like this.
Just crazy. Deputies say the crime took place around 5:45 Tuesday, and authorities, says witness told authorities that a man entered the store with a wig, hoodie, and a mask, and demanded cash from the register. He is said to have shown the clerk the apparent gun tucked into his waistband. Man, it's funny because this guy's going to go to jail for having a toy gun. How would you like to be in the jail there saying, "Hey, what are you in jail for?" And
toy gun.
Guy says, "Well, I robbed a store. I robbed a bunch of stores." And what are you in for? "Oh, I robbed a store too with a Nintendo Zapper." The gun is now in possession of the law enforcement as evidence is clearly spray painted. However, the orange trigger seems to have been missed by whoever was attempting to modify it. And Oh, glad. Oh, bad. And you know what the law enforcement say roughly $300 was stolen in the heist. So he's going to go to jail for $300. Gets his free vacation.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, man. That's just funny. All right, so now we got that one. Just freaky people. All right, so let's see, we got rid of those. Oh, well. All right, this is a sad one.
Ooh, I don't like sad ones.
I know. I don't like this one either. 2-year-old strapped to a bolster seat. Is that bolster?
Booster.
It says, oh, is that, okay, booster seat. For 15 hours dies. The mom was charged. Well, who else would you charge?
The dad.
Not if it didn't have a, maybe the dad was getting ready to shoot the rest of the kids.
Yeah, or maybe there's no baby daddy in the picture.
Or maybe the daddy was ripping off a convenience store with a Nintendo gun. I don't know. 2 years old, I mean, he could have been the daddy. I just wonder where our intelligence is in this country anymore, because the more I see these things, I mean, who doesn't know you can't keep your kid in a car that's in a hot environment this is in Florida, of all places. I mean, my parents used to keep us in hot cars, but at least we were, not strapped down in a seat, and we had our windows open, and if it got too hot, we would just get out of the car.
Yeah.
Not a 2-year-old. We were like in our probably early teens, maybe earlier than that. I don't think it was, but anyway. But, the thing is, back then it was legal to leave your kids in the car because there was nobody that was saying that.
Yeah, just go into the store a minute, half an hour later.
Yeah, but I mean, at least we were capable of opening our car windows and capable of getting out of our car, and maybe we were kidnapped at that point, because nobody ever thought about kidnapping us.
Well, the electric windows that they have on
we didn't have electric windows.
Right.
We had the old crank.
So, yeah.
There were no electric windows when I was talking about.
Oh, I know that.
I mean, there may have been, but we didn't have the money. We didn't have electric car window money. I mean, geez.
Sweet girl.
That was for the wealthy people. We had the crank. We were lucky we had the crank, the whole crank there. All we got was the major piece that was hanging down, and we had to stick our finger in the hole where the crank would have gone. Anyway, the 2-year-old was strapped into a chair as punishment, and his mother's now charged with murder. She said that Hillsbury County deputies said they responded to reports of a toddler in distress on May 19th and found the 2-year-old with various injuries. The child was pronounced dead at the scene. The boy's 24-year-old mother, Rebecca Louise Gusargent Johnson, told deputies that she had punished the toddler for acting out the day before by strapping him to a booster seat, an arrest report said. At 24, you should have some kind of common sense, shouldn't you?
You would think.
I mean, we should ask your daughter. Oh, she's more than 24.
She's 33.
Yeah. Well, that's almost 24.
Yeah, well, Alex is about the closest one.
Yeah. I don't even, in this day and age when we have been told year after year not to leave your kid in the car, strapped down, I mean, and the kid was only 2. It's not like the kid's going to understand what he was tied down for, right?
Right.
Right. Yeah. You're a good girl. Yeah. You're smiling. I like a smiling dog. All right. Anyway, it says here, Gusage Johnson found the toddler flipped over in the car, suffering from seizures and uncontrollably shaking uncontrollably the morning of May 19th. How long did she leave him in the car? She put him in the seat in the evening of May 18th and left him there until 11 a.m. the next day. What is... I think they need to strap her down in a hot car, close the windows, and let her sit there
Yeah.
It's hard for me to even think about this kind of stuff because I'm not a big lover of kids, but I would never do anything to harm a kid. Never. So, oh man. That's just...
Your friend was saying, did she not think of a timeout or a spanking? Well, look at it, things in today's world. You spank a child, CYS is called.
Well, either way, she's going to go to jail.
Yep.
I think I just can't imagine, like, I couldn't even sleep if I were to put my kid in a car overnight. I would not be able to sleep. How could a person even,
I do, even with Bear. Like, I went to get gas the other day, and I have Bear with me, and I'm like, what am I going to do?
Dog mode.
I don't have dog mode in my
car. Well, then get
car.
rid of your car.
Yeah, I wish I could. You buy me another one, and I
Why?
will.
It doesn't have dog mode. I wouldn't buy that car.
But what I did was I have a tether strap in there, so he can still move.
What's CWS?
Well, I said about Child Protective Services, so that's probably what it's called in California, CWS.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Well, then.
So what I did was I rolled all the windows down in the car, and luckily I wasn't, I was right there, so he could still see me. But yeah, it's like, I'm like, how am I going to do this?
I always turn on dog mode. You got to get dog mode.
Yeah, well, you buy me a car with dog mode, and I'll be fine.
No, I'm not buying anything. You got this. You got your big wages here. You can put your money aside and buy a
CWS, Child Welfare Services.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't. Those acronyms. I hate acronyms.
That's why you're...
IHA. I hate acronyms.
IH8.
8. 8?
Yeah, IH8.
Okay. All right.
Like ID10T?
I know what ID10T is. Yes, I do.
Somebody wants you to explain dog mode.
Oh, okay. I'll explain dog mode. So if you have a Tesla, they have what's called dog mode. And they also have a couple other modes that are pretty cool like that too. But let's talk about dog mode since my dog gave me a nice card. So dog mode is you have camping mode, you have dog mode, and you have these different modes that it was made specifically for Teslas because, well, Tesla has the capability of doing it. And what it is you set the temperature that you want the car to stay at. So if I go to the store and my dog's with me, I probably can't take my dog into the store. So I put it on dog mode. Now what happens is the car will keep the temperature at whatever temperature I want it to be while I'm away, while the dog is in the car. Mm-hmm. So you say, okay, so when you get ready to, let's say I'm going to get groceries. So I would set the car up and say for 65 degrees or whatever temperature you think is good. And then you push a button and dog mode goes on. And then when you leave the car, it keeps the temperature of the car at whatever temperature you set it at. And so the dog will never, or kid, or or whatever is in the car, will be at a safe temperature while you're in shopping.
But then you have to not forget to write a note saying this car has dog mode, do not break window.
No, you don't have to do that because when you put it in dog mode, the display comes up saying, do not worry, the dog is, it's in dog mode and the temperature in the car is this or whatever it is.
That's cool.
And, it's kind of cool. So, but yeah, I use it. It's Christine mode too.
When you leave Christine in the car?
Yes, when I leave Christine in the car, it keeps her nice and cool. But it works in both ways. It also will heat the car too if it's a really cold day. So, I mean, it's whatever it is. And the thing is, the car is so efficient in the way that it heats and cools, it won't be that big of a degradation on your mileage. So that's always good. And I used to use dog mode all the time when I had Buddy because we'd go places and I'd have, I trust him to be in there for hours at a time. And I don't trust her necessarily to be okay for any long period of time because it doesn't matter how long we're out. If I take her out of the car into a strange place, she always has to go to the bathroom. It doesn't matter.
That's a female thing.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter.
Christine says I heard that.
Christine mode? Yeah. No, I love that because and also it's good if you like when I drive up long distances and I have to take a break, I can just put it on dog mode and I'll be cool.
Nice.
So I mean it's a really neat thing that they put together to set themselves apart from others too. And actually the awesome thing is that they originally, the security system in the car used to just be for like when you're driving for the self-driving thing, where it looks at the traffic coming all over the place. Somebody said, hey, why don't you make that into a security system? And that's why we have a security system, because someone came up with the idea that those cameras can be a security system as well as tracking, and it works out really well. So the enhanced security, system from the time that I bought my first Tesla till now, the technology has been so much better just because people come up with these little ideas that we already have the existing equipment. Hey, Mary. Who's Mary Moore?
Mary, my friend Mary.
Okay, I thought so. I was just going to say.
My sister.
Okay. All right. So anyway, so that as the progression of the car grows, Tesla is a technology company. They're not really a car company. They're a technology company that makes cars. But they take these ideas that people say, hey, how about if you do this? And they employ this stuff and they make it work. And that's where dog mode came from. Someone came up with this idea saying, it'd be cool if you could do this. And so they did it. And that's how they have done a lot of things.
Well, I think Bear would like you even more.
Oh, I'm sure he would. He'd be lost in that car. That car will give him lots of room to run around.
Exactly.
So, and I love that car. That car is the coolest car I've ever owned, and I've owned a lot of cars, but not a lot of cool cars. I've only owned one cool car, and or two cool cars, but this is a great car. Anyway, next thing. Okay, so we did this already, we did this, and we did this. Okay, so those can all go.
Yeah, Mary is from Ohio. From Waverly, Ohio, which I don't know how far that
Waverly
is
is where Pam was from.
Okay.
Pam was from Waverly, so. We talk about millennials from time to time. Uh-oh.
Ashley's not here.
Yeah, but Danielle may be a millennial.
Uh-oh.
Danielle, are you a millennial? I hope not. We're going to talk about millennials now. I think she is. For some reason, I think she's a
Present
millennial.
company not excluded.
Yes. Close your ears for this segment. Job seeker claims she's never been so disrespected after an employer asks her to do what? A potential employer asks her to do something. What do you think she thinks is disrespectful?
Take out the garbage.
She has not been hired yet.
Oh, okay.
So this is a potential employer. What would it be that upset her so much that she felt disrespected?
I have no idea. But
I know, because
she said yes.
I knew she would be. Please close your ears because I'm going to say something. I like Danielle, by the way. Danielle's a great girl. All right, let me tell you what she was disrespectful for. Because she was asked to come in for an interview.
Oh!
She didn't want to be in. She thought, why can't I do this on Zoom? Well, they wanted her in person. And,
wow.
And she thought that was disrespectful. She just, a drug test would have been a good answer, but she didn't even get to that part. She decided she was going to be she was disrespected because she actually had been asked to come into the office for an interview.
Well, they want to make sure she can find it.
Yeah, tell me about it. Well, I mean, so many people are getting to work from home, and
I can't wait.
Yeah, like you. Did you feel disrespected if they came in for an interview? They asked you to come in for an interview?
Well, they were supposed to have a new one start today, and she didn't.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why. I'll have to find out.
It says here, what's this? Drug test. Oh, my God. Cops got it wrong. Tequila? I always
The thing between Mary and I is tequila.
Oh, okay. So Natalia Haddix is a TikToker and freelance social media marketing consultant who works out of Miami. A recent TikTok of hers where she reflects on bad experience with an in-person job interview has gone viral. In her video, Haddix explained that she was browsing Indeed, filling out multiple job applications as one does in this day and age, and she received a call back from a company called Brand IQ to come in for an interview. Haddix said their mission, vision, brand voice, values, all of those, they're not there. And she said this was red flag number one. Companies should be transparent with their customers about their values and missions so that people can make an informed decision as to whether or not to support them. She explained that when that they asked her to come in to their location for an in-person interview, she viewed as an inconvenience to her because she thought they should have done a phone interview or a Zoom call for the first one. Haddix did receive backlash on this comment. One TikTok user commented, "What? People in their 30s and 40s have to do exactly the same thing. And we didn't have Zoom calls, so complaining, it's ridiculous."
Well, think about it now. COVID, they've got it pretty much under control.
Well, sure.
Yes, there are some, still some social distancing requirements in place. But I'm sure if they called her for an interview, they were taking that into precaution. It's
well,
just,
the thing is, the world is never going to go back totally to the way it was.
You're right.
You don't. The fact that she's complaining because she had to go in for an interview. She claimed the job listing stated that 2 or more years' experience were required to be considered, which means it was not an entry level. The salary was posted at $35,000 to $38,000. The entry level salary for workers in Miami is $33,000, almost $34,000. So she had the right to question the pay. If the experience is required for the job, the company should compensate their employees properly by having said experience. She said there's no clear way to tell people that you're interviewing that we don't give a crap about our employees. When Haddix arrived at the office to do the interview, she was asked to fill out a paper application.
Oh my!
A paper application, where although she had already filled one out online and they had a copy of her resume, she said it was if she was filling out an application for a summer job or something. One TikTok user commented on this, stating, "I would have left after the paper application." That was a red flag number 3 for Haddix. Experts have noted that companies use paper applications significantly reduce their chances of hiring highly skilled employees and keep their hiring process sluggish and out of date. Despite this, Haddix filled out the application surrounded by other applicants and overhearing another interview being conducted, red flag number 4. This is highly unprofessional because the other interviewees could have heard the personal information about the other applicants. It's an invasion of privacy. See, this is all crap. If you really want the job, you're going to do what you got to do.
It takes, yeah.
If you're entitled, I mean, you might have these kind of questions, but most of us have been around and we don't feel entitled. And
I'm sorry, but I'd rather do an online application because my handwriting is a mess.
Well, me too. But she said she had done an online one, and they still asked her. They could have asked her to do the application because they wanted to see
it's a little more in depth.
Well, if they would follow.
Yeah, that's true.
If they follow, and plus they don't know who did an application online and who did the application.
Right.
Maybe if she had said, "Hey, I did it online," they may not have asked her to do it again, or they may have anyway.
Well, the other part of that too is you have so many people stealing other people's identities.
Sure.
That if I would go online and say for that job, and I would put your information in, and they called you for an interview, you'd be like,
"Yeah,
how did this happen?"
It sounds to me like this person just was entitled, and she's a TikToker, so she had to have something to complain about to get the people to say something. And personally, I think that if you're doing an interview, you don't necessarily want to announce to the world you're doing an interview. What if it was a McDonald's office job.
Right.
You know, you don't want to necessarily tell everyone, but I mean, this person just seemed like they felt they were entitled. They shouldn't have had to come into the office. The minute they would have said that, I would have automatically said, okay, well, we're really not interested. We changed our mind.
Yep.
And the minute they start complaining already, before they got the job, you're better off not giving that person the job. That person's going to be nothing but problems in the future. And so if you continue down that road, it's going to be a problem for everybody, because nobody's going to be happy. Obviously, this person's used to getting everything she wants, and if she's going to complain about that, I mean, I agree that the interviewer being in the same area that the potential people,
right?
I would not want that, but I would accept that as, well, good. Now I'm going to know what they're going to ask. So I would have used that to my advantage, but this person obviously was not like that. So I just think that the person was looking for something to complain about, and she found it.
That'll do it.
So, you know, I think that in the long run, everybody was better off with her not getting the job. Because all they would have had to do is, if they would have said anything bad about her, she would have gone to HR about something, and even if it was something stupid. And she would have been like that girl that, I don't know if I ever told you about that. There was a girl that, she was a stripper, and she also worked where I work. But she was not doing the kind of work I was doing, but she was doing clerical work. But she was a stripper, and she was walking through and she was wearing stripper tops. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And there was not much imagination needed when she was walking by. And she walked by my desk, and two desks down, this guy, he was kind of an idiot anyway, but he said something about her
top.
Yes. And she overheard him say something, and he said something about he was rude, and he shouldn't have said it. He said something about she's got big tits, okay, or something. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I heard him say it. But she went to HR over that comment to try to get him fired, and they would have fired him probably. But because of that one comment and her response to that one comment, she was obviously wanting people to see him.
Right.
Because they were out for everyone to see. They had an investigation, and they were asking everybody. And obviously, because I was two down, I was the first one they pulled in. Did you hear him say it? I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, if a woman is wanting to not get comments like that, she should not be dressing like that.
Right.
I mean, it's obviously she wanted people to look at him, or she wouldn't have. I mean, she was very endowed, and you know, I don't do anything like that. That's not Mike Trash. Mike Trash lays in the background, does his job, leaves. That's it. I don't want any conflicts with anybody unless I'm in wrestling. And so as far as I'm concerned, she was just looking for a payday. She was looking for a payday from suing the company I was working with or something. And they did let her go, by the way. So, but when they asked me what happened, I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't want involved. I didn't want anything to do with it. My job was to come in there and sell stuff. And I did sell stuff. I made $10 million a month for that company, and that's all I cared about, was what I'm selling. I don't care if you have a conflict over here. I don't care if you have a conflict over here. My eyes are straight forward, and if I had seen him do anything like touched her or said it out loud, said it really loud, or was just, that may have skewed me a little bit differently. But that was so quiet of him saying it, and she just happened to hear it, and her wanting to start the drama, no, I wasn't going to give her that. Not for me. If they want drama, they got to go to someone else.
You don't
save
do
it.
drama.
Save it for your mama. I'm not going to do it. I just wanted to work and get out of that place as quick as I could, and fortunately, I got out of there quick as I could.
Yep.
All right. Well, I guess we're done.
Yeah.
We even went overtime. Oh, sorry. Not. Sorry. Anyway, well, Danielle, I hope you enjoyed. Was that Jen? I don't remember her name. I know she was, it was probably before you were there. So, it was, but Kevin Sheets was the person who was accused of doing the nasty stuff. And I don't remember her name, but I do remember that she tended to dress provocatively. And you don't dress provocatively just to be in the background. You dress provocatively so that people see you.
Yep.
And well, I'm glad that you watched, Danielle, and I hope that you come back again and again and again. And I even got our stuff moving again, so I unfreezed us. So while we were talking,
you saw us out.
Yes, that's right. I unfreezed us. So I hope you do come back. And so I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed what everything was going on. And I will let everyone go back to their regular scheduled stuff.
Regularly scheduled lives.
Yes. So, all right. All right, let's see here. I guess that means I got to come up with the an exit.
If you have it.
I have it. I got everything.
We